was now this.
All right, here comes the excuses.
And stuff was exploding. They said the proliferation of guns was a huge issue, and specifically those.
We've tried him twice now, so we're trying to get him calmed down.
Hurry up.
And then you can put it together yourself, but you know the serial number of a gun, and that they are untraceable.
Google has launched a new tool for people who need help putting food on the table. It's called Find Food.
Hey, who's the one guy? Harry Fish.
People with local food banks and school lunch
Thong.
pickup
Say it like
programs.
thong.
Google has a database of launching with
Harry should be wearing a thong.
across all 50
Harry
states.
Thong.
Official the ABC.
What's his real name, though? Thong?
We had masks on. Kept 6
Thon.
Now,
I think it's Thon, isn't it?
I think so.
Thon?
Singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver
I didn't think his
Singles
first name was Harry.
this year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again.
That was something
I'm
else.
sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Single, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio.
We're up and we're up on audio,
Silversingles.com/radio.
too.
Jay Carter here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we
You
saw
should do
historically
that,
low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already
Over
starting to
50
increase,
dating
and
thing, man.
likely that trend is
You're not
only
married
going
either,
to
are you, Scott?
continue. Our team of experts is standing by to
Hey,
help
you guys ever think of maybe getting together?
and wish that you would take a picture. Call 833
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Must have had got a joke quote today. Laugh it up, funny boy, because at 2:30 you won't be laughing.
Did they say they really don't take reservations
Not till
anymore?
3:30.
The
Wonder why they do that.
held at the Flatirons Church in Lafayette at the corner of South Boulder Road and Highway 287. That is set to begin roughly at about 10 o'clock in the morning. This service is not open to the public, but it will be streamed. There's also going to be the Colorado Mountain.
And they said no mask unless they have a face like you.
God, you are so mature. Who the hell is this no refund? Do you remember that one from yesterday?
No refund. Oh, I gotta pull that out.
Colorado Department of Transportation.
And then you got those pictures of that house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw those yesterday.
I left a message for them.
The painter?
The painter.
What was the painter's name, do you remember?
Kyle? Was it Kyle? I got it here.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast.
What is the owner?
Your ride this morning. Still seeing some delays as you.
But no callback? What was his name? Put up his name over by caller notes.
Tyler.
Put it up over by caller notes once he's up.
Tyler Graff. Oh, you're trying to get him?
I'm trying to get him on. I mean, I can't believe how bad that thing was. Did you know that if you went with a darker color, do you think that's bullshit?
Apparently it's right.
I didn't hear Steve the Painter say that's right.
I don't think he's. I think this has probably burned other people before.
Wendy's only serves one kind of breakfast.
Whose fault do you think it is?
The sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant.
Let's say they picked out the color. They acknowledged everything. I still blame the painter. 100%.
Well, because the paint actually says on there, do not use.
Well, that's even worse. But that has nothing to do with the color, right?
Oh, yeah. And they put, that's one, another thing is, he said like they put a black pigment in it. And that actually helps the drawing the heat. But I would never get vinyl now, looking at that. If it's cold out, you know, it's subject to hail.
You're able to pull out cash from your home equity so you can pay off credit card balances.
Remember out by, I think it's called Green Mountain, they had that big hailstorm and everybody that had that siding, it looked like someone took a machine gun to it, man. Just holes in it.
Wow.
Like the whole neighborhood, not just one house.
Never any pressure, no obligation. So what are you waiting
Do you like to put that in call notes or show notes?
What happened to Lady Crying?
Linda.
This is Dave Logan. The law is a day in Catholics, a serious law firm for serious cases. Case 2, the situation with Michael Brown.
first it was Nike saying they're all Chinese, and now YouTube blocked a channel that highlight China's human rights violations. I guess YouTube is all in with the Chinese too. Let's talk about it at 2.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. I'm still trying to get used to that new intro, but here we are. Here's what we do. We go after the bad guys. We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We try to make your life just a little bit better, and we try to make those who rip you off, we try to make their lives miserable. Let's just face it. That's what we try to do. We try to shine a ginormous spotlight that we call a radio tower and let people know the bad guys out there. And we've got a lot of bad guys to talk about today. I was actually chopping up a best of before the show that's going to be playing on Monday, and it happened to be the one with Harry Thawne. Do you remember this guy? This goes back about a month, but he was going to deliver a modular house up to Granby for this poor guy, Scott, that paid $290,000 and literally has nothing to show for it. We decided to give that guy a little bit of time. A week, I think he said it would take to get the house parts moved up there and put together. Well, I'm going to tell you after the first or second break what's going on with that. We're going to have Scott on, but we have lots of stuff going on. Ron didn't get a refund over something, but Linda is who I'm going to go to first because Linda's having a really bad day, it looks like. Linda, what is going on?
Hi, Tom. Construction job that just has been horrible from day one.
Well, shed some light on it. What happened? What kind of job is it?
It was adding on a small addition to the living room and a patio, stamped concrete covered, and, well, let's see. We signed a contract.
Almost like a Four Seasons room?
No, just my husband had been diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Okay.
We needed the living room to be larger and the kitchen.
So you extended the living room, and then you were adding on a patio, and you also were expanding the kitchen.
Well, yes. Well, that was all one room.
And when did this start? When did this project start?
We signed the contract May 25th of 2020.
Oh, my goodness. So well over a year ago. And where do you stand right now if you had to put that into a sentence?
It's about, maybe half done.
And who's the contractor? What is his name?
J&L Construction, John F. Kennedy. And we found out that we have not been his first victim.
Well, when you say victim, is he just flat out refusing to finish? Does he think he's finished?
No, he does not think he's finished. He knows he's not. But the quality of work, the roof that he put on the new room leaked and ruined the paint on the inside and my French doors into the bedroom.
Linda, did you get that fixed? Has the roof been fixed?
Yes, to the tune of $4,400 more.
Hold on, Linda. And yes. I assume that John F. Kennedy did not fix that. A different roofer or contractor did?
That's correct.
And then when you talk to John about this, what does he say about just that roof part?
He said, we did a great job.
Okay, well, that's what I kind of asked you before. I said, does he think he's done? So with the...
Oh, no, he knows he's not done.
What else needs to be done? I understand the roof part, and that's a horrible deal. But what else?
The covered patio.
And what's going on with that?
Nothing. That's the problem.
It's not there. There is no patio. There's no stamped concrete. There's no cover.
Nothing. There's a cover. That's it.
Okay. So it's lacking the concrete.
Oh, yes.
And what else?
Gutters. I'm having to pay another. They never put gutters back up.
Is the kitchen part done? Has it been remodeled or expanded?
The kitchen is fine.
Okay.
And the living room, other than the front door and the front screen door.
If we call him, which we're going to do right now, what is he going to tell us when we say, hey, Linda is on the air right now saying you're only 50% done. She's had other expenses due to your faulty work, such as the roof. What's going on? What's he going to tell us?
He is going to give you the same excuses that he gave the police officers.
Which are?
Number one, COVID-19. Number two, Larry, my husband's health, who has since passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's horrible, Linda.
No, you have no idea how horrible.
You're right, because I've never lost a spouse. It is horrible, and I'm glad I haven't had to deal with that. But, Linda, let me ask you this. How does he use that as an excuse for him not finishing it when it comes to your husband?
They wanted to respect his health issues.
Okay, although you were giving him, in other words, you two didn't mind if he came in and worked, but they didn't want to come in and work.
No, they came in at their convenience.
Okay.
It would be 2 to 3 weeks when nobody was here.
So what would John say, Linda, what would John say now, though, now that COVID's over, now that your husband's health is not an issue? When we talk to him, is he going to say, yeah, I'm going to show up and finish it? Or what's he going to say?
I don't want him on my property ever again, and he knows it now. The quality of work was so bad, Tom, that I don't want him back here. He told the police officer...
Linda, I need to tell you something. Hold on a second. We'll go back to the police, and I'm curious why they were called. But, you know, if we talk to him, and he says and acknowledges there's issues that need to be finished and completed, and possibly some things like the roof that need to be reimbursed, and he agrees to everything, but he wants to finish it, I'm going to highly suggest you allow him to go in there and finish it.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's my comment on that.
Sure.
The quality of work isn't worth it, Tom. Like the roof, I would probably have to have everything redone again.
So what would you like us to ask?
What I want you to do is warn other people.
So you're not looking for a refund, you're not looking for anything. So honestly, you're really just calling to warn people.
Number one. Number two, you need to know that my husband... Also, we paid the last $33,000, I think $33,500 ahead of time. His girlfriend we loved like one of our own children, okay? We trusted her. We gave him a check.
Up for $3,300?
At the end of the job, before it was finished. Then... my husband.
Linda, do you think the total amount of money you gave was $3,300?
No.
Okay, how much?
Well, my husband loaned him. Also, felt sorry for him and loaned him $25,000.
Oh my God! He loaned him $25,000. Nothing to do with the job.
Exactly.
And what does he say about that? Does he acknowledge it? Is there any paperwork on this loan?
No.
Nothing. So what's he going to say about the loan? It didn't exist?
Oh, he'll admit he owes it.
Okay,
probably.
hold on, Linda. I got to take a break. Hold on. Suzanne, we got to get this John F. Kennedy, and I can't believe his parents named him John F. Kennedy, on the horn. Because if this is true, if he snookered $25,000 out of this couple and the husband's dying, he only did 50% of the work, and everything else is in shambles over there. Apparently the work he did do was horrible. Let's try to get his side of the story during the break, and let's get him on. Talk this guy into coming on. Hold tight, everybody, and we've got a lot coming up.
I don't know if it's J&L, JL. whatever the fuck I can't find. Oh, by the way, you can surf if you hit that little Chrome thing, that little Chrome window.
Right.
Bring up, okay.
It's not Mile High anymore. Who is it? What the hell's that guy's name? It's not Mile High.
Blake Harris?
Who's our Mile High guy?
Blake Harris Law.
Jesus.
Over here, Zach. At MSNBC,
No.
this is what we do, and this is who we are. In season 2 of the hit podcast,
You know, we got to change it when it changes. It's nothing to do with you, Shannon. It's Tom.
behind the tragedy of July 4th weekend, 1981.
No, the guy changed his company name, but it's not under the company name anymore. I found it. It's cool.
The Ohio fan.
Ah!
But was it the fire that killed him?
My brother's dead. Carol's son. They're calling on Saturday. That was my final. Thursday, July.
Listen to season 2 of Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You got to check it out. I want you to protect your legacy if you do not have a will or a trust or a power of attorney. How about medical directives, beneficiaries' deeds? How about payable on death bank accounts? There's a lot of things you got to plan for when it comes to your demise, quite frankly, and you want your legacy to be protected. And the guy that can help you, and I've used him personally, is Blake Harris. He set up a trust for us. You go to 833-ASK-BLAKE, that's his phone number, 833-ASK-BLAKE, and this guy will listen to you, and then he'll give you a flat rate for whatever you need, whether it's a trust or whether it's just a basic will or a beneficiary's deed or whatever. And I want you to talk to him about protecting those assets from the federal government as well. Once again, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Now, a company that Suzanne and I really love, they've been out numerous times. They did our bathroom upstairs, they did our kitchen downstairs, and they did our mudroom or laundry room. It's the Art of Granite, and Mitch made it so easy. Suzanne took some pictures, emailed the pictures over to him. He gave us a quote right over the phone. His guy showed up, measured everything. Beautiful countertops, beautiful cabinets. TheArtOfGranite.com. Go there right now, TheArtOfGranite.com. Yeah, he's got to change this to Blake Harris Law.
There's another one, too, that changed their name.
Who was it?
Well, okay, not change your name, but Mr. Green Jeans, when that comes up.
Oh, yeah, I know
You should just put anonymous.
I know. I have never heard. They said, listen, you can't do any more commercials for us. I'm going, why? What's going on? She goes, we are booked out to July of 22. All I do is answer the phone. I can't even go out and work. You've got to stop them. So because they're basically all pre-purchased, for lack of a better words, or ordered, because we get so full on the show, we just got to do something else with them. They got that busy.
I remember that.
Home prices are out of sync. The good news is
One time they got like 45 calls in an hour. It was on a Monday.
Oh my God.
There is this perfect storm to tap into your equity right now. Homes have gone up everywhere, so you've got equity to put to work. You couple that with record.
What was this guy's name? This contractor, John F. Kennedy. Did she say, oh, J&L?
J&L, but it could be JL. There's a bunch of there. She needs to. Hopefully Suzanne probably got all that.
Getting rid of credit card debt and paying your house off more quickly. It's a real possibility right now with the current interest rate environment we're seeing. IdealHomeLoans.com. First,
so, did anybody talk to Linda prior to this?
No, I sure did.
You spent years to save. Tap into your home's equity.
Suzanne did yesterday.
303-867-7000.
Just to tell her to hold.
867-7000.
Oh, she gets a little bit of it.
What's that?
She talks a little bit to him.
My finances.
She knew she was crying.
If you're 65 or older,
$25,000.
Well, that's a loan.
That's great.
Did she say how much she paid?
And it sounded like she loaned it to the girlfriend, not even to the John.
Potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13 valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM-187 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Don't get Prevnar 13.
And I guess the girlfriend's name was Jacqueline.
Is it? Shut up. I was ready to write it down. Then I'm going, what are the chances? What are the chances?
Please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 13.
This report is sponsored by...
That Hellcat got it right. It's not a loan. Now it's a gift.
Yeah, no paperwork, nothing. I'm curious what it's for. She started telling the story about the girlfriend, and they trusted her like their own daughter. I gotta get her a little more focused. She's all over the place.
Butter chicken biscuit are 2 for $4. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. At U.S. Wendy's.
I guess you could get them on, then you could ask them, so what about that loan?
All right, 303-713-8255. Linda's got a huge problem. This is not good. Her husband died of cancer recently, and she was having some work done in their house. They were having a new patio done, some work in the kitchen, some other rooms, basically remodeling and doing some other stuff. She hired this guy, John F. Kennedy. And let me ask you something really quick, Linda. You said the company was J&L. J&L what? J&L Construction, or you're not sure?
J&L Construction.
J&L Construction.
And what I would really like, Tom, and I don't think there's any way, I would at least like $58,000 back. The original.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Linda. Let's break down some numbers really quick. So
I have them all listed
wonderful.
for you.
What was this loan about beyond the scope of work and paying for the contractor to do work? You said something about a $25,000 loan. Was that to John or was that to his girlfriend? Who borrowed the money?
Well, both of them, but the check went to John, and it was a sob story. He's a very personal...
What was it about, though, Linda? I just want to keep it a little focused here. What was the sob story?
He had to have the money by the next morning, and his brother would not loan it to him.
For what?
What he told us, I don't even remember, Tom. It was last September. But now through the Jefferson County DA, it was to pay off somebody else that he had done the same thing to. Probably.
Oh, wow. This guy's breaking rules left and right. Did he acknowledge to the detective or to the officer that he did borrow the $25,000?
Yes.
And then what did the officer tell you? Did they arrest him? Did they do anything? Did they send it to the DA's office?
The Jefferson County DA got involved, and he tried to get the $25,000 back. He could do nothing about the construction.
Why couldn't he do anything about the construction?
I don't know.
Suzanne, you talked to this guy, right? JFK?
I sure did, yep.
What did John have to say?
So actually, John put me on with the owner of the company. Her name is Lori. Lori would like to come on and tell her side in an hour. And there is another side. That's all I have for you.
Is Lori the one you lent the money to, Linda?
Lori is his partner, and the girl I told you about that was like one of our own kids. We've known her forever.
So, wait a minute. How did you know her prior to John in J&L Construction?
We fished. We had a membership at Los Lagos Ranch for fishing, and we got to know her when she was pregnant with her first child with her first husband.
You know what? I'm dying to hear what she's got to say, Suzanne. This Lori.
Oh, my gosh, you're going to get an earful.
Well, like what? What is she going to say? Is she going to blame you somehow? What do you mean?
Absolutely.
How is she going to blame you? What is she going to say?
Maybe she won't actually blame me, but she will say that out of respect for, I told you the first
Out of respect for?
My husband's health.
Got it.
And the point, Tom, was we wanted to get this done before he died.
I understand. Listen, Linda, hold tight because I really want to talk to Lori before going anywhere else. But I'm pretty disappointed. Who is the DA now over Jefferson County? Is that part of Tri-County? Do I have that right? Isn't it Douglas, Arapahoe, and Jeffco? Or am I getting them mixed up?
I think you're mixing them up.
Damn it, I want to find out who the DA is over there. If they spent money, and I got to go back to this because I'm not sure from what Linda is saying. In fact, here's what I would like, Suzanne. Let's get any contract, anything. She said she had stuff written down, how much money changed hands. I want to look at how much money changed hands and when. The other thing we need to do, what area does she live in? I'll ask her. What area do you live in, Linda?
We live in Nederland, Colorado, in Boulder County.
Okay.
And he lives in Gilpin County.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes, 15 minutes from
All right,
us.
hold tight. I'd like Mark Genesis Mark Szymanski, to check this out for him. Just ask him as a favor to me, Suzanne, if he would go up there. He's not that far from Nederland. It's not like it's around the corner, but if one of his guys could put eyes on this project, I got to figure out how much work was done. For example, she was talking about $86,000 at one point. If I subtract the 25, that was apparently a loan, we're at about 56 grand for the construction. If it is truly around 56 grand and there's only 20 grand of stuff that is actually done and they don't have any money and they're not willing to fix it, then the DA should be going after these folks. Simple as that. They absolutely should for the Contractors Trust Act. And what that basically says, if you're new to the show, and remember this, if you pay a contractor money for a project, that money is to only be used on your project. They can't pay off other debts with it. They can't go on vacation with it, buy a new car, buy equipment. It is for your job and your job only. And there's a criminal aspect to it, along with civil. It's a bad deal, and this poor woman that lost her husband, I can't wait for Lori to come on. In fact, Lori, I hope you're listening, and I hope your boyfriend, John F. Kennedy, is listening, because if all this is true, you should be ashamed of yourself. You ripped off a woman with a dying husband. Now, I'm going off of what she's saying, and for the life of me, why you wouldn't pay her back the 25 grand, I'm guessing is because you don't have it. But I am going to just stop talking about it until we talk to Lori. 303-713-8255. Now, Scott is on about Terry Thon. Scott, I want you to hold through the break so we can update everything. The last time we left off on air, he was going to get these mobile homes or these modular pieces of a house from, I believe it was somewhere in Colorado Springs, up to Granby. He was actually building a truck. I saw the texts. Wait till you hear the update on that. But this one, my God, am I pronouncing this right? Gladys? Oh, Gladys. You sent in the pictures of the paint job on your house, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I have never seen a more horrible paint job. I still do not quite understand why it's that bad. Here's what we learned yesterday. This company came out, used the wrong paint on your siding. Because they went with a darker color than what the siding was originally, and because they didn't use the proper paint for siding or aluminum siding, whatever it was, it actually started melting. Well, not really melting, just warping left and right. The sun's hitting it. Dan, you've got to put those pictures up. Suzanne, where is the pictures Tom put up on Instagram? Show the trouble? Show me trouble?
Show me trouble.
So go to Instagram if you're not watching us live on YouTube. Dan will put them up on YouTube and Facebook. But if you haven't seen these pictures, you won't believe it. You just can't believe it. I actually heard it in the car because I was driving in late yesterday, and when I got here and saw them, I have never seen anything so bad. These pictures, your house is basically destroyed. You need to have new siding, new everything, and I want to know what the contractor has to say after this.
HOW Denver, 630 KL, radio station, available everywhere.
I saw it yesterday. Yeah.
Music, radio, and podcasts.
Horrible. Like I said, I never knew about this.
Impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast.
At Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your
Wendy's Breakfast.
As you travel I-70 making your way westbound, if you do have a crash, that's going to be a Quebec. Got you backed up all the way to Central Park Boulevard, looking at delays of 20 minutes right now.
I got a neighbor who's Kennedy.
John F.
Well, he's a contractor where he's older than this guy. This could be his kid.
Are you serious?
Yeah, right next door.
It could be his kid?
My kids are that old.
Can you text him?
I don't know him. I've never met him.
Some construction going on.
But I could ask him.
Weather today, a high of
Name of my high school.
degrees.
John F.
That's a popular name for a school.
Yeah.
Traffic weather on K-Town at 6:30 KM.
Wendy's only serves one kind of breakfast. A better one. For a limited time, the sausage.
Here it says he lives in.
All right, guys, hold tight.
Bacon, egg, and oyster sauce, and honey butter chicken biscuit are two for $4.
That's the guy.
I'm surprised the participation may vary.
She's in
Yeah.
All right, I am so impressed by Mark Szymanski and Genesis Solar. It is unbelievable. Now you can call them up within 20 minutes. They're going to tell you how much energy you can create using solar power right on your roof. It's 100% free. And then if you go with them, check it out. They give a 25-year performance guarantee, and they back it with a 25-year bumper-to-bumper equipment warranty. There is no better solar company out there. Bottom line, call right now for that free evaluation. It only takes 20 minutes, and it's done purely remotely. They pull satellite photos of your house. It is so cool, and it's free, and you'll see how much you can save. 720-667-4760, 720-667-4760, GenesisSolarCO.com. Now check this out. This deal is crazy, just crazy. Listen to what you get. You get a new furnace, you get a new air conditioner, you get a whole house humidifier, and you get 5 years no interest. 5 years no interest. All of that starting at $8,500 from the guys at 888heating.com. They're a great company, been on our referral list for a long time. What I love is the great pricing, and the service is beyond. You have to check them out, 888heating.com, or give them a call right now, 888-HEATING. Okay, where do I see this paint? Stellar.
Can't find it in Colorado Secretary of State, JNL.
You know, I'd like, is it possible to get the owner of Stellar on? And the reason I say that, who would still sell aluminum? Was it aluminum? What was it? Vinyl. Why am I saying aluminum? Why would vinyl do that, though? With the different
the heat.
So what happens if you have darker? So you can't buy darker vinyl?
You can't buy dark vinyl, right? They had a lighter color on that before. Who's not in the Secretary of State list?
Well, okay. I mean, is that surprising to you?
The registered agent is Lori.
I wanted someone, Suzanne, that does painting and also siding. So I was thinking maybe Stellar or Genesis would be cool.
It says it's registered with the Colorado Department of State, but it's not.
Actually, Mark would be great if you can't get Stellar off the bat. I just forget the owner's name.
So they live in Rollinsville.
Live where?
Rollinsville.
Oh, it is Guy.
JNL Construction is out of Rollinsville, which is in Gilbert.
What's up, Mac? How'd you know my name was Mac? What movie is that from? Chevy Chase Funny Farm. He goes, hey, Mac, what's up? How'd you know my name was Mac? Yeah, that's the best. How do we get to Redbud? Well, I wouldn't start here if I was going to Redbud.
Don't wait. Plumline is founded on faith and leadership. Make your appointment now online at plumlineservices.com. No phone call, no wait. That's Plumline Services.
We can free up Linda till we get the lady on. Lori.
Travel restrictions and quarantine is a new normal. Over and over you have heard we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless.
No, I could find the Secretary of State. I had to put in their ID number. JNL Construction wouldn't show up.
Did you type out J space and?
No, well, even on the Secretary, it's JNL.
Oh, you did find them.
Yeah, but I have put in their number.
How'd you get their number?
They put it on this
form of
filing.
We're so good at it.
Whatever it's
you can keep wasting your money.
He's a man of few words.
But there are definitely.
Hey, can you move that big head of yours? I can barely see you, Shannon. You're covering the window behind us.
Lori Roberts is the owner, the registered agent.
Who is it? That's the woman that borrowed the $25K.
No. I know the girlfriend did.
Yes.
No, it's all the same person, isn't it?
No.
No.
You're crazy. Okay, you're freaking. Okay, what are you going to do when you're wrong?
I'm not wrong. I've never been wrong. Besides that one time when I thought I was wrong.
Would you confirm something for me with Linda real quick? Can you hear me? Is Lori the one that borrowed the 25 grand? All right, 337-138-255. The more I think about this, $25,000. Woman loses her husband to cancer last year. They loan this contractor 25 grand. They also hire him to do a bunch of work on the patio, the kitchen, the roof, other things. There was major problems with the roof. They basically had flooding, ruined the interior paint. It was so bad. And now the person that borrowed that $25,000 said they're going to come on early next hour, so you got to stay tuned for that. This is going to be crazy. But what I'd like to clarify, Suzanne, if you still have her on, if you still have the caller Linda on, did the woman that borrowed the $25,000, is she the girlfriend of John? That's all I'm looking for, because Dan's in here telling me that's not the case. Go ahead, Dan, get on the mic. Explain it to me. If you know, tell me.
The girlfriend borrowed the money. The owner is Lori.
Who's the girlfriend's name? What's her name?
Marilyn.
Okay, so she's the one that borrowed the money. You don't know? So are you saying it's a different person?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to find out, because let me tell you, if you're wrong, you're fired. All right. I get so upset over this. This is crazy. That is so much money. Now, folks who have not seen the pictures of this paint job we're going to talk to, they're mind-blowing. So go to YouTube, and you can watch, search for Referral List. You can see our live feed. Same with Facebook. Search for Referral List. You can see the live feed. Or you can go to our new Instagram, Show Me Trouble. Just pound Show Me Trouble or hashtag, whatever it is, Show Me Trouble. And you're going to see the actual pictures up there. But this job is unbelievable. I'm going to have an expert come on, because I'm trying to figure out why, if you paint vinyl siding a darker color than what it was, this would happen. And then I need to find out from the caller, Gladys, what does this painter say when you actually tell him, hey, you used the wrong paint? Because am I correct in saying right on the paint can itself, it says do not use on vinyl siding? Gladys?
Yes, it's showing on the leftover paint on the gallon itself that it's not recommended for vinyl siding.
Suzanne, did we get an actual photo from them of that can of paint? I'd love to put that up. Dan, put that up as well. Now, let me go to one of our experts. Gladys, hold tight and let me talk to him, but I want to keep you up. Hey, Guy Miller is with Stellar Painting. These are great painters. I want to make sure everybody understands they have nothing to do with this problem. They're one of our experts at referrallist.com. They've been around forever. They're just great, and they know painting inside and out. Guy, explain to me why, if you paint siding, okay, vinyl siding, a darker color, something like that can happen, or is it purely just the wrong paint? I never knew if you painted vinyl siding a dark color, it could do that. Do you know why? Why does that happen?
Well, you can use 100% acrylic paint on vinyl siding, but you have to use vinyl-safe colors. So that's the critical element there. So if a non-vinyl safe color was applied to the house, that is exactly what could happen.
And when you look at
my
that...
My guess is that's what's happened. I saw the pictures.
Have you seen that before? Have you ever seen a house that's been done to?
Nothing to that degree. I've never seen it that bad.
It's unbelievable. It is so bad. And then right on the paint can itself, I don't know if Suzanne sent you that picture, but it actually says do not use or not recommended for vinyl siding.
So I'd have to know what kind of paint that is. But
Dan, get on there and say what it is if you...
there are paints there are obviously paints that aren't recommended for vinyl siding, but the critical thing is to use vinyl safe colors.
What would you do if this was the case? If one of your guys went out there and just used the wrong paint, and I know this wouldn't happen, but if it did, do you see, because I think what the painter's going to say, Gladys, am I correct in saying the painters are saying, well, you chose the color?
Yeah, actually, yes, sort of. He said that, but on the day of the inspection, April 12th, he said that he will talk to his team about this issue, and after that, he didn't communicate to us anymore.
So that was the last you heard. Guy, I mean, if this happened, by looking at that, the siding needs to be redone, right? I mean, there's no saving that.
There's no saving the siding.
I can't stress enough, if you haven't seen these pictures, imagine paying a painter to come out. How much did you pay him, Gladys?
Almost $4,000.
$4,000 to paint the exterior. $4,000 to paint the exterior of your house, and they ruin it. I bet that siding job is probably going to be, what do you think, Dan? A minimum of what, 30?
16 grand.
16,000. So a smaller house, I assume. I don't know. I'm not looking at the pictures. It's crazy, Guy. I appreciate you coming on. So anybody with vinyl siding, that's it. If you don't use painters that know what they're doing, but in any way, would you not take ownership of this if it was your guys?
Of course we would.
I know you would.
But we're extremely careful with. I mean, vinyl siding can be painted, and it's great when it's painted because it makes it look fantastic and new. Resilience, if it's Sherwin-Williams resilience that
it is
noted there, that may not be recommended because it dries faster. It's for wetter climates, so it's a faster drying product. But your products like Super Paint, for example, Sherwin-Williams Super Paint, is recommended for vinyl siding. But what I see there mostly that's happened
is the color.
Egregious is that a non-vinyl safe color was used.
So when you use a darker color, it basically just absorbs that sunlight more and the heat, and then it creates that buckling or whatever.
Yes.
God, that's incredible. It's really incredible that
vinyl safe colors will do that.
I never knew that. I don't think I've ever owned vinyl siding though. So, all right, man. Hey, I really appreciate it, Guy. And let's give Guy's number out there. If anybody out there needs, you guys do more than just exterior and interior paint. What else do you guys do at Stellar?
Well, we do interior and exterior carpentry, deck repair,
drywall repair,
removal. Drywall repair, wallpaper removal, stucco coating systems, stucco repair. So we do a lot of things.
All right, very cool.
One-stop shop.
That's Guy Miller. He's the owner of Stellar Painting. You can get them at 720-981-STAR, 720-981-STAR. Now, I've got to ask this to Gladys. Gladys, what is the name of this painter? Who did you deal with?
The name of the owner actually is Kyler Graff.
Tyler?
And he is
Kyler with a K, Kyler. Mark, as in kite.
And then Graff.
Kyler. Yeah, Graff. And he is the owner and also the project manager for this paint job.
Suzanne, if we tried to reach out?
I just left him a message with several ways to get back in touch with us.
And I think we left him a message yesterday. Am I correct? Yes, Dan's saying yes. And we have not heard back, Dano?
No.
Nothing back. And what number, Suzanne, what number did you call?
I called 303-641-4149.
And that's a cell number.
You know, folks, this is where we could use some help from listeners. If you just call and be nice, just say, hey, man, hey, Kyler Graff, why would you put the wrong paint on? We even see the paint bucket that says do not use on vinyl siding. You basically destroyed their siding. In fact, you did destroy their siding. And then how long has it been, Gladys, since you've had any communication with them?
The last, it was March 12, so almost 2 months already.
So 2 months, and your house still looks like that, and it's got $16,000 worth of damage, right?
And the email I saw from him to her, or to the family, was that they were trying to work with insurance, but I forget the date on it. That must have been March.
Yeah, okay, so this is crazy. This guy hasn't contacted you. Listen to this phone number, folks. 303-641-4149. Pro Painter, and that is Kyle Graff. He's the owner. Ask him what's going on. We've left messages. We're not hearing anything back. This poor woman, if you look at the pictures, her house, or at least the exterior, is destroyed. It is destroyed. She needs $16,000 worth of work. This is absolutely insane. What is going on, Kyler Graff? Do you actually even have insurance? 303-641-4149. If any deputy out there can get any information, man, would we appreciate it. Now, the other thing maybe we need to do is figure out siding for this poor lady's house if we can help her out. Maybe one of our referral list members can offer a little deal or something. I know everybody's busy right now, but something. Oh, my goodness, and this refund thing we're going to talk about, and the update coming from Scott on Terry Thon, who was supposed to deliver his house after paying him $290,000. He was supposed to deliver it over a month ago now. Well, actually, just a month ago from when we talked to him on the air. He was supposed to deliver it over a year ago.
10 your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Caplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact.
Got 14 on Facebook. That's a lot.
Is sponsored by Audible.
That's good.
At Sports Traffic Center, taking a look at your ride this morning.
I mean, you should go over 100, but Facebook usually not a lot.
What's that?
We got actually 14 up on Facebook. That's one of the most I've seen.
It's because people are looking at those pictures. That's because most are YouTube now, right?
No, YouTube is 60.
No, but I mean, Facebook, it used to be our biggest, right?
No, when we first started, YouTube's always been a big one.
31 pinpoint weather today, a high of 76 degrees, low of 53 degrees. Possibility for some isolated thunderstorms. Current temperature.
This is a big education thing. I never would have thought that would happen.
Make it a summer to
Why the hell would
remember with Audible. It delivers everything you love listening to.
Maybe because
all
it's
in
less
one app.
expensive.
Stream the
I don't
newest
know.
hot releases, bestsellers, Audible originals, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
You know, this one's really, really important. If you've ever been accused of a crime, you need an attorney. You do not want to face a DA and a judge alone. If it's a DUI or shoplifting, assault, virtually anything going out there, domestic violence, you do not want to do it yourself. We have known Joseph A. Lazara for many years, 10, 15 years. He's a great attorney. He knows all the DAs. He knows the judges. He knows how to get a deal cut that's going to be great for his client. And if you end up going for court, he's going to fight for you. Write this number down. Put it in your phone if you ever need it. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Here's another company Suzanne and I use all the time, SimplyFloorsInc.com. They make flooring so simple, it's incredible. You simply go to SimplyFloorsInc.com, you set up an appointment, they bring the mobile showroom right to your house, LVT, tile, hardwood, carpet, they show you everything right there in your own house. They're not high pressure, and the kicker, they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. Check out right now at SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Over 30 parcels sold, including 35-acre lots, multiple pivot irrigation tracts, and tillable farm ground just 45 minutes from Denver. Again, over 30 parcels of land near Kingsburg, Colorado. The auction off July 24th. For more information and auction details, call 866-7.
Hey, Marty, if you're listening, yes, have Terry call in. Absolutely have him call in.
With rates low, lots of lenders want your business, but can they offer you an interest rate guarantee? Ideal Home Loans can. Brent Ivinson, owner of Ideal Home Loans.
No longer do you have to worry about timing the bond, because if rates go down by 0.75% or more within 2 years of doing a home loan with us, we will
because Marty's the one that talked to him.
down to the lower rate. But the great thing is
Said,
we
yep,
charge you
we're going to be
in doing so you
taking the house up there.
Yeah, I've been dealing with it.
303-867-7000.
No, we told her we'd call her back at 12:30 because she wasn't able to listen in on Lori. You know that guy with the King Super points yesterday?
Yeah.
So we had him as a Michael, follow me down the road, and a Michael with an emissions question that never came on, I don't think. So Michael calls back, and Dolce thinks it's the emissions one. So she starts typing emissions. Then she's looking really confused. So I'm like, just give me the phone. Well, it was the fuel points guy. And I said, hey, this is Suzanne. Are you calling about the emissions? He goes, wow, you really have it together today, don't you? I said, you know what? You're the fuel points guy. I had some good info for you, but since you're such a jerk, goodbye.
He was a jerk. I mean,
he was cussing at Dolce, and I didn't know that. And I told Dolce,
he was a jerk.
If anybody cusses at you, hang up on him. Right. You got to take that shit.
But of course, he lives in a van, so.
Down by the
That's awesome.
So what was the information that, I mean, you just got to go on there.
The information was from one of my insiders. He texted me saying you can actually call the King Super's fuel points and they'll add them to your month. You get to do that like 2 times a year or something like that. I'll have to read the text again.
But even so, you can go on and hit option 2 like we said.
I guess. I've never done that. But yeah. I just put in our phone number. If I have a discount, great. If I don't, it's like, wow, I must not spend enough money to keep
it. At Sam's though, right?
90% of the time we get our fill at Sam's Club.
Where do you get yours?
Sam's or Costco. We're usually right at the Sam's.
I think I'm going to get one of their gas cards. I think Sam's. I went to apply for it and I didn't fucking unlock my credit.
And taking Ibrance, Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based.
Yeah, that fuel points guy, I knew he was a jerk right from the beginning.
What was the whole? I don't remember any of it. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. He lives in his van. He's going on fuel points.
This guy says our live stream is not a.
What?
Just saying. Sure. Maybe he's. Where?
Live stream for the
website. I think you'd be shocked how many people actually watch it there. I think you'd be shocked. You got any updates, Scott?
No. Still working on a couple.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards over hearsay. And MSNBC.
Man, what would you do if the guy destroyed your house like that?
Oh, I'd go ballistic.
Not only that, it didn't happen in March, and that happened. She's got internal.
You know, what are you going to do if a guy destroys your house? He paints it, uses the wrong paint. Your vinyl siding is totally destroyed. Totally. The entire siding needs to be replaced. And then, of course, repainted, or at least a color that she wants maybe in the vinyl siding. And the owner's name is Kyler Graff. Kyler. Kyler Graff. Pro painter. This is crazy. Pro. It should be dumb painter. I mean, come on, Kyler. What is this, man? Aren't you going to help these people out? Kyler, call in. Folks, give him a call and see if he'll call in so we can figure out how to help this poor woman. 303-641-4149. That's Kyler's cell phone number. 303-641-4149. This is when you can help us help people. And I'm not kidding. This can really help people. You would be shocked how often we can solve problems with a little pressure. And really, be nice to the guy if he answers. But he hasn't talked to her since March. Oh, man, I get so upset over this stuff. After the break, we're going to talk on this update on Terry Thon. And we're trying to get Terry on, too. But, you know, I doubt he'll come on again. He had the audacity to call up out of the blue after we talked to him. And he tried to, well, he put the snow job on us. In fact, he had a truck that was going to be set to bring these homes up. And I'm dying to see if that happened. But you're just going to have to wait around for that. Scott, I promise you'll be first up next hour. We do have one line open. Let me give this out. 303-713-8255. 303-MARTINO. 303-MARTINO. Now, Chris, you have a comment on John Kennedy, another ripoff, apparently, but we're not sure yet. But you're saying you got ripped off by this guy too, Chris?
No, I'm saying my neighbor did.
Your neighbor did? What did he do?
My neighbor did. Same thing, basically. He hired him to remodel his house. Never showed up. Took the money. He fought with him for years.
Oh, my God.
he shows up every once in a while and does some work for the guy, basically, so I think he doesn't press charges against him. I believe he already served time, too, for doing this same scenario.
You know what, Suzanne? Let's pull a criminal report on him over the break. We'll let everybody know what this cat's done. Hey, I appreciate that, Chris. Anybody else that's been ripped off, let's get Chris's number, and he can pass on his neighbor's number. Let's put it together for the DA. Hopefully the DA in Arapahoe understands this is a criminal action. When you take money from someone, when you take money and do not use it for their project, you're breaking the law. Apparently, we're going to have the woman come on, Lori, that borrowed $25,000 from this dying guy as well, and she's all caught up in this. So I'm really hoping they have a completely different side of the story. But after that call from Chris, I mean, I don't know what to expect. And then we'll look at this guy's rap sheet and go from there. Ron, what's going on with you? Ron, you're up.
Yes, Mark.
Hey, man.
I called Tom about 3 weeks ago regarding a state income tax refund not showing up yet. And Tom advised me to wait a couple of weeks, and if I didn't hear anything or get anything, to call you back.
Hey, Ron, was it for last year? What year was it for?
It was for last year.
And how did you send it in? Was it electronic, or did you snail mail it?
I mailed it.
Okay, see, that's the problem. Larson told us, and I bet we can try to get an update for him, so keep listening. I'll try to reach out and get someone on from Larson Tax Service. But the unfortunate part is he was saying 5-6 months back if you snail mailed it. Now, if you filed it electronically, that wasn't the case. Right. But if you literally mailed it in there, now, have you gone on and checked to see if they received it and it's in process?
2 days later, they received it.
Okay, so when did... Oh, they received it 2 days after you mailed it. Right. God, can you just imagine? I mean, Scott, Deputy Scott, you're an accountant, right? Is that your trade?
It has been in the past, yes.
So what do you make of this? Why does it take so much longer if you snail mail it? I mean, just simply because they have to enter the return into the computer?
Yeah, it gets scanned in.
Yeah.
But I think with COVID and everything...
COVID definitely was a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ron, are you just hard up for money? How much you looking for, or what's the deal?
Well, it's a refund of $3,100.
Yeah. And, I mean, are you having issues? Is it something you need right now?
Well, yes and no, but we're kind of stretching our dollars out.
All right, hold tight, man. I might be able to help you out there. Suzanne, grab his info. He sounds reasonable enough. Maybe I can figure something out. Anyhow, everybody hold tight. We've got a lot coming up, including Terry Thon. My name's Mark Major. We'll be right back.
Experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality maximum copper will permanently solve the problem. Green Pipe Specialists. They'll refresh your pipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Call for your free in-home estimate and get 20% off our already low price. 720-573-0066.
You think that? I bet she doesn't come on. You think she'll come on, Lori?
Oh, they said she is.
Well, okay. My question was, do you think she'll come on?
I think she will.
Okay. I'll be impressed if your thought's correct.
They're the best pain clinic anywhere. Yes, you can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need.
What was that Ron no refund one about? I was on the phone.
State income tax.
So what are we doing with him?
Mark's going to keep them on there and think of a way to try to help speed it all out. So he called a couple weeks ago and he sent his refund in mail. And he still hasn't got it.
How long ago did he send his refund in? Or his return in?
But he said they got it after 2 days when they sent it in. So I'm not sure how he knows that, if he actually went in there and checked it or whatever. But again, he
Ron, how long ago did you mail your return?
President Biden and the First Lady.
Yeah, I think that's the way my contacts are putting it is it's taken several months, especially if you by mail. But hang on a minute, I might have a special number for you to call. Hang on. Sure. There's no helping him. I mean, I can give him a number, but there's nothing we personally can do.
And if he files
when you file by mail, they are last priority.
If you fill out electronically now with that in there, no, it really screws.
I mean, if he needs to borrow a few $100 or something, I mean, really, if they're dying for food or something, I just trust him the way he's talking, so I don't have any issue.
Okay, so just give him a couple $100.
Ask him what he needs. I mean,
okay, I'll ask him. And then, by the way, just so you guys know, that lady, Lori lady, said on the caller, Linda, half the foundation was missing. They didn't know it. They had to go in and put a steel beam in. Like, there were all kinds of issues with this. I'm not defending. I'm just saying there is another side.
Yeah, no, that's fine, though. But, I mean, then you update the contract. Was there a contract?
She said that there was a bunch of change orders, that they went beyond the scope of the original order.
What about the loan? What about the loan?
How about the leaky
I didn't even know about the loan to address it. So, anyway, I'll talk to Ron real quick.
This is in Netherlands. So
sounds squirrely.
Let me tell you, Netherlands.
Isn't that where that house was? It wasn't a house. Were you around for that one?
No. That was on the other side of the freeway.
I thought that was up there.
Ross used to live in Netherlands.
Really?
Outskirts of Netherlands, yeah.
Facebook's market value is officially more than
Netherlands is a place where you wouldn't think, though, a lot of homeless.
By the FTC in more than 40 states failed to prove
why you think
is a monopoly. Alex Perez,
because it's probably a short little John builder.
Stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
Do they have a lot of homeless there in Boulder?
So I did my research.
I mean, nothing like Denver, right?
It was actually not like Denver. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or PI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and obesity.
Okay, this is what I found out on Ron. Their senior citizens are expecting $3,100. They said right now they're okay. The problem is if they don't get it next couple months, then they're going to be in big trouble.
Okay, just give them our cell or whatever.
Okay, and then are you going to finish up with them on the air? Because I've got a phone number.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that on the air, though.
What? Do you want me to just kill him then?
Yeah, just kill him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Did you, John Fitzgerald Kennedy? Did you put a background on?
I gotta have a birthday. So if somebody has a birthday, I can do that.
He's 28 years old. I know that.
I have to have a birthday.
Okay.
What's his name?
John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
It's probably a pretty. John Kennedy's probably pretty popular, but that Fitzgerald.
But he's
Let me see if it'll take it without a birthday. I don't think it will, but I'll try because the name's unusual enough.
Yeah.
So hang on.
Wow. So you guys can pull background checks, or?
Yeah.
Just through Colorado courts.
Oh.
There's a public records now.
If you do one nationwide, it's a bitch, man.
I bet.
It's really I guess there's some companies that claim they put it together, but not really, man. There's so many little municipalities and counties that, believe it or not, still really don't report to others, or it's just crazy.
I can't get his birthday, but he is 28.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Broad.
Well, let me have another piece of paper, man. Yeah. John. What was it, J&L?
J&L Construction and Real Estate.
And real estate?
Yeah.
What does that say? United States.
Yeah. So it's, J&L Construction and Real Estate Consulting is the name of the company.
What is it? J&L Construction
and Real Estate Consulting.
Possibility for some isolated thunderstorms below 53
So they're real estate.
Weather on Cape Thomas 630 KHOW.
The wait is over. The Broadmoor, Manitou, and Pikes Peak Cog Railway is back with new trains.
And we got Kyler.
Depot and one of the world's most unique experiences. The peak of adventure awaits you. Buy your tickets today.
What was her name? The caller for Gladys, right?
Gladys, bad paint job.
Yeah.
to the 3 to 6-year-old shade and flowering trees.
And that's pro painters.
Maple, oak, flowering crabapple, flowering plum, serpentine, and more. And save big on thousands of shrubs and perennials. Your favorite tree sale. You can take to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm. If you've been hurt in an automobile accident or in any other way, and you're wondering, is
Hey, Shannon, put up the spots, please.
Missing work, pain, missing vacations, not being able to do stuff around the house, and pay. John Fuller is someone you should talk to. Free of charge and complimentary. If he takes the case, it's only payable if he wins, and it's a small percentage of what he collects. Why should you be the one to suffer?
Who was the other one that called up? Some of these scumbag contractors that call in, like Terry did. Remember Terry called in?
Terry Gone?
Yeah, he called in like the Monday after with his lines of just bullshit left and right. Someone else did that all the time. Oh, the Bulldog guy, the bone with the Bulldog, the Bulldog with the bone. He did. He pulled that same move though.
Yeah. Then he called to try to get off the.
Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
Media with a purpose. Solving problems, answering questions, taking your complaints. Here's Troubleshooter Tom Martino.
All right, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We want to make your life just a little bit better. You know, that first hour was basically bad contractors from hell hour, in my opinion. And we're going to recap them, and hopefully we're going to get someone on, an owner of one of these companies that actually borrowed $25,000 from what I would consider, at least they consider, to be a victim of the construction company. But if you have been ripped off or need any help whatsoever, we have a list of people that help us out on the air all the time. It's referrallist.com. These are some of the best people out there, everywhere from painters, because we've been talking about painters, contractors, dentists, doctors, attorneys, professionals of all kinds. We have at referrallist.com, and please take advantage of it. Not only are they background checked, but you know what we do different than virtually anybody else out there? We hold them accountable if there is an issue. Where else can you call up? Can you call up the sports guy on the air and say, hey, this company ripped me off, try it, see if it works? How about Angie? You ever tried to reach out to Angie in the BBB? Oh, my God. Do you realize up till recently, because I had to double check, and they finally took them down, probably because how much fun we've made of them on this show, the BBB had Don Eiley and Associates up as A+. A+. This guy's in federal prison for ripping off over 100 small businesses. Federal prison, 12 years, stole over $10 million. A+ with the BBB up until very recently. I mean, for well over a year when he was actually in the slammer. It's amazing to me. But that is what this show's about. 303-Martino's the phone number. You can also email us at help@troubleshooter.com. Now, I'm going to pull up Scott. Scott called in. Scott, you reached out to us roughly what? Maybe 2 months ago, a month ago? I just don't remember.
It was approximately a month or so ago.
All right, so Scott calls in and says, hey, I hired this guy, Terry Thon, Territhon. I hired this guy to basically do a custom modular house up in Granby. So you bought the lot. I assume you owe the lot, right, Terry?
Or Scott, yes, I do.
Scott, I'm sorry. Geez, talk about an insult. I just called him him Terry. Anyhow, so you own the lot. You hired him to basically construct a house up there. You've paid him year to date $290,000. Is that correct?
$291 plus.
$291,000 plus. So you called in about a month ago, and the work that he has had done, by the way, is a foundation that Terry screwed up big time. So Terry's contractor, I assume he didn't do it himself, screwed up this foundation so bad he had to go back and redo it, and it was just a horrible job. In fact, this guy, Terry Thon, is actually known for that because there's a county, Lake County might be going after this guy because he had a contract with him, and Lake County hired him to build or do something with a firehouse, right? Is that correct?
Correct. Build firehouses.
Yeah,
and he did do the foundation himself. He messed it up.
And he screwed up the foundation. Did you know this on the firehouse as well?
I only saw the structures.
Yeah, so I talked to...
He has the structures down there.
Yeah, when you sent me that article that was in their little paper up there, I reached out and talked to one of the commissioners down there, and he screwed the whole job up pretty good. So he's in trouble by Lake County as well. But this guy here, this guy we're talking to, Scott, $291,000 he pays to Terry Thon. So Terry hears about him on the radio with us about a month ago, and then Terry calls in, I think the following Monday or a couple days later, whatever it was. So when Terry calls in, he's trying to put the shine on it. Oh, I'm sorry, it was because of COVID. Now, how long is this? How long is this going back, Scott? Isn't it over 2 years now?
The contract was signed April of 2019.
So April of 19, folks, over 2 years ago. And year to date, this guy's paid $291,000 to Terry Thon. When Terry called in, he assured us left and right and left and up and down and back and forwards that he was going to deliver the two pieces that make up this modular home from somewhere down near the Springs up to Granby. He bought a truck and he was going to weld stuff on and he's pulling the permits. I mean, this guy said it was going to be handled. So what did we do? We just calmed down a little. We decided, okay, this guy might come through. Well, guess what? Did he come through, Scott? Has he done anything since?
No. All he's done is he moved some dirt around and he's asked me for more money.
Yeah. So
that's it.
When Scott contacted me a couple days ago or the beginning of this week, I don't remember when it was, honestly. Maybe it was last week. He said, look, this guy's still not doing anything. What can we do? So I reached out to the DA. The DA's name is Matt up there in the 3 counties. I forget what the counties are. So Matt got things rolling a little. He actually had a detective call up Scott. And, Scott, you met with the detective Sunday, right? A couple days ago.
He called Sunday midday, and I was up there Monday morning.
And you met with him, right?
Yesterday.
And he actually looked at the job site as well and said it was a horrible thing, right?
Yes, it's not worth $110,000 when it was budgeted for $30,000.
Yes. So understand, folks, Terry screwed this foundation up so bad that in the actual estimate with the caller Scott, the foundation part is 30, but he had to redo it numerous times. Ended up wanting to bill him 110, but that's not even the hugest part. Once again, the big part is that's all he has. You have nothing else to show for it, right?
All I have is a lot with the foundation on it and the skeleton of the structure down in Fountain, Colorado.
So this detective reached out and called Terry Thon, and I hope you're listening, Terry. We've been trying to get you on. I know Smarty Marty's blowing your phone up with text. I think you should come on again. Remember what a big man you were when you came on out of the blue last time and said you're going to handle it and you're welding the truck and buying a truck and you're going to move it up and this and that, and I sat right over there where I usually sit, and I made kind of fun of you. You know why? Because I knew you were full of crap. I knew it. I knew it. $290,000 you took from this guy, man. That is a lot of dough, bro. How do you even sleep at night, man? I don't even know. I want to try to get him on. I want to hear his newest story, Suzanne.
Went straight to voicemail.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put his number up. This guy's bad news. This guy needs to be on the Sleaze Brigade, and he needs to be on there quick. If you run across Harry Thong, you need to run like hell. Terry Thon, Territhon. Scott, what was the name of his company that Lake County's going after and that screwed you, too?
Terry spelled Terry, and the name of his company is Homecrafters.
Homecrafters, and he also owns that other one, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that other one that was in that article he owns as well. I pulled it up. Right. So, I mean, this guy, not only is he going around screwing the county, by the way, the county's trying to collect on a performance bond, which means this guy just basically didn't show up, did not do what it says he's going to do in the contract. In my opinion, this guy is a really bad guy, and I can say this in all honesty. This is not an opinion. He's a liar. He is a 100% liar. What is his phone number, Suzanne? Terry Thon. We're going to pull that up.
I don't know.
All right.
I have it. It's 72. This is the cell phone. I think Marty may have an additional number, but
Probably.
the number I have is 720-272-3501.
That's what Marty has.
Now, here's the deal, Mr. Thon. Here's the deal. The detective called you yesterday. We know that. We know that for a fact. But here's the part you don't know. You better get it done. You better get what you have, if you have anything up there, because you know what? You're in a lot more trouble than you think, man. Once again, the Contractors Trust Act. You took $290,000 of Scott's money, and he's got about $30,000 worth to show for it. You even acknowledged somewhat on the air, arguably you did acknowledge it, and we have everything, that you did use some of his money for other stuff. In fact, Scott, you actually have texts that he sent you saying he used your money for other bills. Is that correct?
I have it. He said it when we were on site with another contractor that was reviewing the site to see what was all wrong with it. I have his expense reports that note that he purchased siding and exterior trim, yet we don't have any siding or exterior trim, and he has said that he used that money for another project and he was supposed to pay us back for that.
This is it.
I have his expense reports. I have verbal conversation. I have that noted. I have that on record. Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. This guy, I knew when he came on. He just called us out of the blue. He heard that we were talking about him. He didn't come on the first day you called, but then he called in out of the blue a couple days later, and that's happened a few times. And every time it's happened like that, there's something in common. They're generally liars, and I believe, in fact, I know Terry Thon's a liar. And Terry, please call up and set me straight if I'm wrong. But you told us, you told me, you told Deputy Marty, you told Scott that you owned a truck, you were welding everything, and you were going to move that stuff up. That was 3-4 weeks ago, man. But what really gets me is when he calls in out of the blue. You know who else did that, Dan? I'll tell you who did that. The Bulldog guy. The Bulldog with a bone. What was his name?
Oh, that was
Kalen Eccles.
Kalen Eccles.
Kalen Eccles would call up out of the blue into the show while we had an issue with him. He would just call in and say, oh, I'm going to fix it. It didn't go down like this. This guy had the audacity to call in one time, and this is why Kalen Eccles is on the Sleaze Brigade. He said the paint job was fine. The only reason that the husband is unhappy is because I was having an affair with his wife, which was all BS. He totally made it up as an excuse why his painter did such a bad job. He said she was after me like a bulldog looking for a bone. All right, everybody hold tight. This Terry Thon, we're going to stay on you, Terry. The one thing you'll find out is we don't disappear. I'm going to get your number, and hopefully we can have some callers call you up and just try to figure out what you're going to do, man, because the bottom line is the DA is now involved, the detective's involved, and I'll say this, Scott, you have your stuff together. How many pages of information did you give that detective yesterday?
Approximately 90 to 100.
Yep, every transaction. We got you by the balls, bud. We got you, Terry. If you don't get this job done, we're not going to go away. You're going to have to move out of state, and then I hope the DA still goes after you.
100 pages. What's that? Scott had given the DA, the detective, 100 pages of documents.
What is it?
100 pages. That's
Got his address. John Kennedy's right on the 119. Fake address.
All right, Blake Harris, you got to check this guy out. Blake Harris Law. He helped me out with the trust. And here's the coolest part about it. By the way, if you haven't updated your will or looked at your trust in a while, you really should do that. And he offers that service, too. For a very minimal amount, he'll look through what you have and talk about changes. But This guy is so cool, and here's what I loved. He sat down, he talked to me, we explained everything going on. He said, well, this is what you need. In our case, it was a trust and some stuff from my parents. But the bottom line was he gave us a flat rate. It's going to be this amount to do everything. He doesn't charge by the hour. He's a great guy. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Now, Genesis Solar, Mark Szymanski, he is an awesome guy, man. He started a solar company. He's been on a referral list for 10 or 15 years with Genesis Exteriors, but this solar company is unbelievable. Check it out. Within 20 minutes, if you call this number, 20 minutes, they can tell you how much power you can generate with one of their solar systems. It's the only solar company I know with a 25-year bumper-to-bumper equipment warranty and a 25-year energy production guarantee. They're going to say you're going to save this much money, and if you don't at the end of any year in that 25 years, they're going to write you a check to equal it. You're not going to find a better solar company. 720-667-4760, 720-667-4760. Now someone I don't even have to look at a script or bullet points or anything. You know who it is? Frank Duran, the real estate man. I love this guy. He saved me so much money buying my new house in Franktown, and he made us so much money selling our house in Castle Rock. He's an incredible realtor, and this should say it all. Ready? Listen to this. I'm going to give you one bullet point on him. Here it is. He sells more homes in 1 month than the average realtor sells in a year, sometimes double. It's absolutely crazy. FrankDuranHomes.com.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Let's be clear. This isn't about fraud. Work the angle.
Do you have Harry's number?
Question authority.
What specifically are you going to do?
Be tough.
Do you like the lights? These lights on, Mark? Do you want it?
I can care less.
What should American citizens know?
Over here, section.
Good.
And MSNBC.
I don't care.
Hello, ambiance lighting.
720, what is Terry's number?
720-272-3501.
272-3501. 720-272-3501.
Say it again. 720-272-3501.
First, they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000. 867-7000.
You got any updates, Scott?
Attention timeshare owners.
I'll just ask you what you're working on. Yeah, what is this?
To mention that the vacation times you want will never be available, or that it will cost you more to use the timeshare than if you just booked online as a non-owner. I bet that salesperson also forgot to mention your fees will go up year after year after year. They misled you. It's not right, and it's not your fault. Whether you bought decades ago or days ago, we can help. Timeshare Freedom Group's Freedom Process has helped thousands of people.
Yeah, I've got an update on one guy.
Let us help you be free.
What's that?
I have an update on one guy. He bought a truck from this dealership over on Havana, and on the WEO statement, the dealer put the size of the tires because that's the only thing the caller could negotiate on. But it didn't need tires, and the guy said, "Yeah, we have them in stock."
Facing a job loss?
Kept telling the caller to come by and do it.
The JFK contractor gal, Lori, the caller's not available at 11:30. Do you still want to talk to Lori about the problems?
Say it one more time.
On the JFK call. The caller is not available when Lori is.
That's fine. No, we
So
want
you still want to have Lori on?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to call her here at 11:30.
And there's a girlfriend, Marilyn. JFK's girlfriend.
Maybe it's a menage.
I think it's the same person.
We shall see.
Well, okay. No, I didn't.
Because remember,
so the caller said the person she gave the $25,000 to is Lori. This woman's name is what? Okay.
No. Remember, she said they had known the girlfriend for years and years and years.
Yes, Lori. That's her.
I don't think so.
Oh, God. You know what? This is like hell.
I know. It's like, holy cow, I got to lead you around. Put a nose
Let me
ring
tell
in.
you, if you're wrong on this one,
If you're wrong,
if I'm wrong, I'm acknowledging I'm not sure. You're telling me it's not.
no, you're not acknowledging.
You know what? I acknowledge.
Doofus.
What was he, a doofus?
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. By the way, Terry Thon, we've been talking about, $291,000 plus took from this guy. And this guy, this guy. I can't believe he took that much money. The guy's got a foundation. The cops are involved, which is great. The DA is involved, which is great. And hopefully these guys take economic crime seriously. We have to do better at this, just as a community here in Colorado. Economic crime, yes, I admit it. You didn't get mugged. You didn't get beat up. There's a lot of bad stuff out there. There's tons of bad stuff. In fact, a lot of violent stuff, I would even say, is way worse than economic crime. But do you realize what the effect can be on somebody if they lose their entire retirement or money on a house that they sold to buy a new house? It can change an entire family dynamic. It can create a divorce. It can create issues left and right. That is what some of these things do. And this guy, Terry Thon, in my opinion, is a really bad guy. And Terry, I hate to even say it, and I'm being so sincere right now, I cannot understand why you took so much money from this guy. Then you promised us left and right you would get it delivered. Terry's number, in case you ever want to use him. If you ever want to give someone $290,000 and get a foundation worth $30,000 and then lie to people on the radio that you're going to finish up and deliver. And then, by the way, one thing Scott didn't say, I'm going to bring up, is he asked him for an additional $12,000 yesterday. If you can believe that. He had the audacity to try to hit him up yesterday for an additional $12,000. So here's the problem. Some people would have given it to him. I think Scott finally said, I'm done. I've given him $291,000. He couldn't even deliver what he said he was after being on the radio. It's crazy. It's really crazy, guys. You got to watch out for contractors. So I'm going to say something real quick. Please don't pay a large amount of money up front. I personally don't pay anything up front. I don't. I had Genesis exteriors out to paint. I didn't pay anything till I was happy with the exterior paint job on my house. I've had Genesis do other things. I do not pay till they're done. Here's another one. Excel Roofing. They came out, they did my roof. In fact, they did a beautiful hail-proof roof. A nice, big, expensive, beautiful, never going to have hail damage again roof. And guess what? I did not pay a cent. In fact, their motto is you don't pay a cent until you're content. You know, hail season's here. What I'm trying to get through to you is do not pay contractors up front. Now, there's certain cases, if there's custom orders and other things, fine, pay them up front, but use a credit card. Use something where you can go back. We get so many calls into here with contractors ripping people off. It's amazing. And we're not talking little things. We're not saying, oh, you know, the tile wasn't perfect or this wasn't done. I mean outright rip-offs. Like take your entire insurance check and you never see them again. And guess what? Your insurance company's not going to pay you twice. Just please protect yourself, protect your assets. And as a community, protect your neighbors. If you have older neighbors and there's a hailstorm or you see contractors, just ask some basic questions. Please, please help people out. 303-713-8255, 303-MARTINO. We got some open lines. You got any questions? You need help with something, but I really do want to get some of these solved. We've got to deal with this paint guy, Kyler Graff. This guy screwed up on vinyl paint. This guy's house is totaled, or this woman, Gladys. I mean, it's really bad. She's got to redo siding everywhere, and he is like falling off the map. Hasn't talked to her since March. One of his guys said they were going to talk to the owner and get involved. Nothing. Kyler Graff, his cell phone number, 303-641-4149. Now, Nancy, I'm going to go to you, but I got to tease something for after the break. Lori with JFK, or actually it's I got to look at my notes here, with John Kennedy. Here's what it is. J&L Construction and Real Estate Consulting is going to come on and give their side of the story. After this break, I'm hoping she comes on, and we always want to give business owners an opportunity to come on. But what the lady said when she called up, she said, hey, not only was my husband dying during this period of time, but they didn't finish the work. We gave them like $85,000, and a lot still needs to be done. And on top of that, my husband lent them $25,000. And, you know, she's got the cops involved, but hopefully Lori does come on. Meantime, Nancy, what's going on with you?
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
So, I am a volunteer down here at Denver, Inner City Parish.
Okay.
And I'm just going to walk outside here.
What is Inner City Parish?
Oh, Denver Inner City Parish. We're at 1212 Mariposa, and we help everybody in the community here in Inner City Denver. We offer all sorts of services.
Like who's your average person that needs assistance? Like someone that's homeless, someone that is what?
It could vary. It's somebody who's usually homeless, needing diapers, need for their babies, wipes, food. On Saturdays, you can come by here and get food.
Okay, so you're a food bank, among other things. So what's going on? How can we help you, Nancy?
Okay. So anyway, right now, we are working with a client. We're working with a client who he needs help with workman's comp. And
so he got hurt on, Nancy, he got hurt on the job?
Hold on just a minute.
All right, hold on. Let me take a break, and you get your notes together. Get whatever you need together. Let's take a break. Hopefully we're going to get, Suzanne, do you think we're going to get Lori on?
I think I have a good shot.
All right, hopefully that works out. I'm dying to see this, but everybody hold tight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This is Denver's talk station with Joe Martino. Now, Michael Brown at 2.
Dan, what is all the stuff on the back of your computer? On the lid, I guess. Is it your headphones?
This here's a card for. This here is a sound card. Oh. These here are different. You can plug in here different where there's connections.
Yo, USB.
Yeah.
What was that caller's name with Lori? Or yeah.
But you've also got a crash just after 270 blocking the right lane.
Laura, I guess. What was the call? Hold the fuck on. Well, that's not what I'm looking at. What was the caller's name?
31 pinpoint weather today is going to be
the old lady with the dead husband. Linda.
20% chance of some isolated storms throughout the area, low at 53 degrees. Current temperature is 68 degrees with your impact tracking weather. I'm Kay Thomas, 6.
You know what, bud?
What would life be without them? Here's a life hack you may not have thought of. Using Allstate's low
get the baseball ready to go.
I need Master Router's number so I can see it.
Not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com.
Can I give it to you?
No.
Today.
Should I put it up there?
All right, check it out. July 11th. It's coming up quick. You can experience the MLB All-Star Sunday. You can see the biggest superstars at tomorrow. MLB and Rockies legends are going to be there. The country's biggest celebrities all in one day. Get tickets now. AllStarGame.com. That's AllStarGame.com. How about a plumber that has such great pricing and great service that they're willing to do free estimates in the Denver metro area? Not only just free estimates, but they'll actually scope your line. If you have a sewer backup or any kind of sewer issue, or if another company, more importantly, has told you have some problem with your sewer line, Master Router Plumbing will come out 100% for free, scope your line with a camera, show you everything right there. 100% for free. They're great guys. And if you do ever need a sewer line or water line replaced, they own their own excavation company, so they really rock and roll. Let me give you that phone number, Master Router Plumbing. You can find them on the referral list or 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406.
Did you guys get the chirograph reports? I can do it without a birthday. If it's a common name, though, it would be really hard. But because of his name, I was able to do it.
Oh, cool. I'm going to have you read it. I didn't read through it.
Well, I'm going to sound like a ding. I don't know what distraint warrants are, but they look like they're judgments for money. So there were 3 of them that it looked like
What are they called?
They're called distraint warrants.
Look it up, guys. What is it?
And then go down. Then if you go down, you can see that there's money, and each one has a money involved. Creditor, Department of Revenue. I didn't see what the other creditors were.
Is this it?
This it plus one moving violation in night from I forget when.
These are all Department of Revenue.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that until just now. So this is all I got on, and the only other thing I had was some sort of obstruction in moving vehicle, obstruction in window. That was it.
So that's what it is. It's a warrant that they can sell their property to pay an unpaid tax, penalty, or interest.
I'm shocked all he has is this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the person who called up said he thought he was on jail time.
What is this? Ask about Betsy.
Let me ask her.
I love Betsy.
The Bets. The Betsy, Jerry. So do you have Seinfeld? Or you have no way of watching it now?
Oh, I got the DVDs.
Oh, you literally watch the DVDs?
Yeah.
You can rip them right in your computer and turn them into...
If you watch them on a big TV and stuff.
You just put your thumb... Oh, you probably have an old... His air conditioner's 40 years. I'm assuming he's got a TV
39.
HDMI.
39.
He's got one of those big consoles.
I got a tube. Black and white. It's black and white, but it's very sharp.
All right, are we sure that caller's name was Linda?
Yes.
Did she ever say what her husband's name was?
No, I don't think so.
Stay home, stay comfortable, and let dispatch help come to you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's so trying at times.
Your face is trying. Try looking at your ugly mug every day.
And I know what it's like to get relief.
So I called up to make a reservation. I asked about masks, and they said, "You're okay." Mark has to wear one because his face scares people.
His face is our case. He looked like an old catcher's mitt.
What does he say? How does he say that? Turn away, I'm hideous.
I got to figure out. So how I'm watching Seinfeld now on my media server called Plex, and after about either 4 or 5 episodes, it'll kill it. So I'll wake up at 3 o'clock and Seinfeld's not on.
Guy, I tell you, I'm watching Dexter.
Yep.
You watch Dexter? God, that's a good show. I think it's going to get stupid in the following season. Dexter.
I've seen every one.
But it gets kind of dumb, I imagine, as like say you start getting in season 5, 6, does that?
I like it.
A lot of shows after they run too long.
No, they killed it at the right time. I mean, I think it was really good, to be honest. Man.
Oh, jeez. It's got the urge to kill.
Radio station.
Maybe I did see a few of those episodes.
You got to watch from the beginning.
Okay.
All right, 303-713-8255. I told you, I'll always let you know when some lines are open. Nancy, please hold tight. I have to go to Lori. She's with J&L Construction. I believe she owns it, but I got to recap this real quick. We had a caller call in, Linda, and Linda said, hey, I hired John F. Kennedy. He works for J&L Construction or owns part of it or something along those lines. We paid him a lot of money. He was doing work in the kitchen. He was doing some patio work. He was building a new cover for the patio. He put a roof on. By the way, the roof leaked really bad and destroyed some interior paint. He basically did less than 50% of the job, I think she said, or around 50% of the job. And on top of that, my husband was dying. He is dead now, which sucks. But this poor woman lost her husband. But at the same time, I guess the husband lent, if I got this right, Linda $25,000.
Linda's the caller, yeah, so Linda, you mean someone else.
Yeah, Linda and the husband lent $25,000 to someone who I assume is Lori, but it might not be Lori. It might be someone else that they've known forever, but they have something to do with J&L Construction as well. So, first of all, Lori, I appreciate you coming on. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing dandy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So what is going on with this? This lady called in. She was pretty distressed. So I'm just going to shut up and let you talk.
Well, first of all, I've known Linda and Larry for over 23 years. They are kind of like second parents to me. And so I'm pretty distraught over all of this. With Larry's passing, I lost somebody that was very important to me in my life. So this was all going on during the construction of the addition, the remodel, and doing the roof and the patio.
Got it.
So
let's take the first thing. Let's take the first thing. So the first thing is she's saying is the work was very substandard. In fact, she actually mentioned she didn't even want you guys back, but, you know, I think we could work through that. But she said you guys only completed 50% of the work. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct at all.
Okay, how much of the scope of the agreement did you complete? I assume there is a contract with a price.
Yes, and then there were a lot of additional things that were added to the contract or that were extras that we did for free. That aren't being discussed here.
Okay.
Things that were not done was finishing the roof, painting the exterior and the concrete pad, along with the deck posts and the stamped concrete. Now, we had temperatures in February that were in the negative teens.
Oh, I remember.
Then we also had, up here where we live, I would say close to 6 feet of snow over a 2-month period.
Is that where Linda lives as well, and where is that?
It's Netherland, Colorado.
Got it.
So, yeah, we're sitting at 8,250 feet, you know. So our weather's a little bit different than maybe down in the city.
So when it comes to the roof, the exterior paint, the concrete pad, the stamped concrete, and the posts for the deck, that stuff has not been done, right?
That is correct.
Is that all that needs to be done from a contractual standpoint?
Yes, it is.
And are you guys, let me just ask you this right off the bat, are you guys willing to finish that stuff?
We were willing to finish it, but we got kicked off the job.
Okay. Are you willing to finish it now if we can negotiate something with her? Are you guys willing to either finish it or refund her whatever that equals in dollars down?
Sure.
Okay.
But like I said, there were additional things that were done.
Yeah, but you said you did them for free. I understand you're a good person. That's what you're saying, right?
You did. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. She brought up a loan. She said that her husband, who, of course, is deceased now, lent you, if I have this right, and correct me if I'm wrong, but $25,000.
No, Larry did not loan me $25,000.
Did he loan you any money?
No. Larry loaned myself and my significant other $25,000.
Is that John F.K.?
Yeah.
Okay. So, once again, and I'm sorry, I'm staring at Dan. He was wrong on literally everything he told me. So, you guys borrowed $25,000 from Larry and Linda. What's the hesitation? I'm just trying to understand. I don't think this is like a trick question.
Well, no, I mean, I am completely caught off guard by this whole phone call.
I got you. Fair enough.
Okay.
What was the $25,000 for?
That was for some personal things
Okay.
that we needed to address.
Okay.
And Larry offered to give us the $25,000, and there was an agreement in words. There was never anything in writing. But I stand by the fact that, yes, there is a personal loan that needs to be paid back.
Excellent.
And it will be paid back, but...
What were the terms, since it's verbal and you're acknowledging it, which is great, I think that's great. What were the terms? What were you supposed to pay back and when?
It was over a 3-year period.
Excellent.
And that was the conditions.
Was there any interest? Was there any interest that you guys were going to pay back?
No, that was never discussed. And
Okay.
I'd also like to state, I'm also a realtor, and in June of last year, the Mowers needed to sell a rental property, and I helped them out with that, and I ended up doing both sides of the deal as a transaction broker, and I waived my commission completely.
How much would that have been, Nancy? I'm just curious.
I'm Lori. That's all right. $14,600.
That's how much your commission would have been?
Yes.
Why did you waive it? Just because you were doing it as a friend-type deal?
Because they were like parents to me.
Okay. All right, hold tight. Hold on. Let me put you on hold. Please stay up because I have to take this break. I want to give you plenty of time, and I do appreciate you coming on. Everybody hold tight.
And real estate consulting. That's what
well, that's the two jobs. So it's for J&L's.
Yeah.
And real estate.
I wonder why. I got to find out why this woman is so burned at these people. And then, if they're willing to finish, I think that's tops. So I think that should be done. But God, they even acknowledged on the air. Oh, hey, make sure we tag this so we have that verbal contract. In fact, have Shannon cut it out.
Well, I think that Linda is she's quite old.
Where was it?
She didn't say anything about rental property.
No.
Current temperature 68 degrees with your impact traffic weather. I'm Kate Thomas, 6:30.
I assume I said nothing.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture.
But didn't Linda say that?
All right, hold on, guys.
And the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley. Visit woodleys.com today.
You know, you got to check this out. You've been looking at new cabinets and new countertops. Mitch Floria, he owns the Art of Granite. They're great. We've used them out of our house multiple times. But here's the killer part, man. Not only do you get great prices and great service, and he's a great fabricator and all the good stuff and all the great stuff, but you can actually take pictures of your existing stuff right now, send them over to him, and you can get an estimate over the phone. You know, you're going to be surprised how low his prices are with the great quality work he does. But it all starts at theartofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com. Now, if you have a website and you own a company or some kind of organization, and when people Google something you do, you want to show up. You want to get found fast. Let's face it, that's what you want. The guys at Get Found Fast can help you out. They help us out with 303consumer.com. They help us out with referralist.com. These guys help us out left and right to get found fast. You got to check it out. They'll do a free web analysis right now. You call them up. They'll do a webinar back and forth. They'll show you the speed of your website, what keywords. They're going to give you more free information than you can ever imagine. GetFoundFast.com.
Yeah, ask that Lord what was the thing that turned them against them?
I'm going to ask. I'm going to say, how come every single thing Dan said was wrong? Literally everything.
Well,
it wasn't them. That's not the name.
Well,
you know, it's like talking to, hold on. It's like talking, hey, what's the name? Is that the same woman? I can't believe it.
Well, Linda,
I count on you.
She wasn't very straightforward.
God, I count on you, Dan.
She wasn't too straightforward.
You know what, Scott? Can you run video?
Someday, maybe.
We already know you could kick his ass.
You know what? I bet I can find a kid for free.
And that kid could kick your ass.
It's just crazy, my man. I said, are you sure they're not the same person? Oh, no.
Well, the way she was talking, Linda was talking.
I perfectly understood it.
Well, you talk old people.
I talk to you.
You talk. Like I said, play racquetball.
We'll just go to noon. Okay. Yes. How's everything with the peeps? They have no issues. They got out of town. You got out of the luggage.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Are they happy?
Yes, they're very happy. They got a screaming deal, man. Let me tell you, I never
Because of
fucking
the surcharges right now.
I left $5,000 on the table.
You did?
Yeah. But you know what? What I did learn.
That's really nice. What?
When you're selling something over $100K, there's always fucking loans involved. There's always, everything is slow. This guy had to get some money out of his 401K. His credit union had to get this. I mean, it's not like, here's the money. It's just always.
He knows getting out of 401K, you can have a big tax.
No, he's military and he's 60-something.
No, you still get it. That's income.
Yeah, but
there's no penalty.
Right, there's no penalty, but there's income. That's income. So if he took out $200,000, that's $200,000 in income.
No. He only took the down payment was like 10 or something. He borrowed most of it.
Precious cash that you spent years to save. Tap into your home's equity.
You know, actually, those lights are not bad.
Yeah, why don't you guys swap them out?
I don't know.
And then I'll hold the light bulbs and I'll
You know what
leave
I'm
the
going to
room.
do? I might do the, I might put LEDs in these.
I like the light.
Yeah.
You like the light?
I like the way it was.
The warm light.
I don't like it right here.
Oh, shut up. So you like this? I don't mind it. I'll keep that. I'll keep this. See how it goes. Okay.
That's it. I tell you where she handled both ends of the transaction.
Who?
This
one realtor.
On a rental property. But she says she didn't take any commission.
Zero?
That's what she said.
Yeah, but the whole thing, so.
But why
it's so intertwined into so much of the story. It's really, I don't even know why Dan brought it up. It's got nothing to do with the call. Like, literally.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's part of her things that she gave back.
Yeah, but if you give someone a gift, you don't say, hey, I gave you a gift, so, you need to
make sure.
money.
If you want to stay signed on to the call screen, you don't have to, but if you did, I would make sure we got logged off. Make sure we log off of these because that gives people access.
Investigative journalist and William Phelps.
Yeah, we had all kinds of crazy shit.
Any good shit?
Yeah.
Good.
It's like contractor ripoff day. We revisited that paint. Holy shit, man. He hasn't talked to her since March. That paint job of the melted fucking,
It's his fault, because it's said right on the...
Not only that, he should know. He's a painter, right?
Yeah, even if he didn't, the label said it.
I bet you there's a lot of painters that don't.
Well, no, we had enough, yeah. I bet there's a lot of video guys that know nothing. All right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. Speaking of which, Tommy Boy's back. We're going to recap a lot of this stuff next hour, but I got to get right back to Lori. Lori's with J&L Construction. Lori, we left off that you sold their rental properties, basically didn't charge them anything, but I don't think that has much to do with this. What I really want to figure out, and you said you guys are willing to get over there, and you're willing to finish the job if she lets you, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
I think that's tops. I'm not kidding. I think that's great. On top of that, you're going to pay them back that loan in the next 3 years. Are you going to make payments directly to her? What are your feelings on that?
That would be something I would like to discuss with Linda herself.
Okay.
I think that's a personal issue.
Well, that's fine, but she's making it out like you guys are never going to pay her back. I mean, that's kind of a... I just want to make sure that's not the case. Honestly, I could care less what the money's for, although I'm curious. I'm not going to say I'm not curious, but I could really care less. What I care about is that she gets the money back, and the good part is you said all this on air, so you actually talked about an oral agreement you guys had, and this had nothing to do with real estate. Knowing that you're a realtor, you understand that that would have to be in writing in the state of Colorado, but your agreement that you just stated, 3 years, $25,000, no interest. I mean, we now have it. We now have a recording of it, and I think that's great. And you guys are going to stand up for that, right?
Of course.
I love it. What else do you got to say? Because I want to talk to her now. I want to convince her to let you guys back there. But I do want to ask you one more question. This might be a little personal, but what went wrong? I understand her life was chaotic. We had COVID. Her husband was dying. But where did the relationship... How come all of a sudden she's so upset, she's calling us for help, she kicked you off the job? What happened?
I'm not really 100% sure.
Well, if you had to guess, I mean, if you had to guess where she's coming from, she's very upset. What do you think she's thinking? Whether you did something wrong or not, or what do you think?
I believe that she wanted the job done as quickly as possible. But one thing I do have to explain is that Linda was never really a part of any of the communication as far as texting or emailing or cell phones, because Linda doesn't use those devices. So we were in contact with Larry in a lot of the construction process. And when we started the excavation, we discovered that there was no foundation under the existing house. That was not part of the original contract, so that delayed everything. You have to have...
How did you solve that? How did you solve that problem? And what is the house sitting on? Just tamped down dirt?
Oh, no.
Brick?
That's what it was on, just dirt. And to put the addition on, we had to get an engineer to come up and assess the problem. And then we had to order 11 by 7/8 LVLs and beams to bolt to the front of the existing home.
Got it.
This was not part of our original contract. And the crawl space that the guys had to go in.
So in other words, it had the property itself had a lot more issues than you guys anticipated. I mean, I get that, but I want to revisit the question I had though. What do you think went wrong here? Something went wrong. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
The complexity of what the project turned into was not something that Linda may have been able to comprehend.
Okay. So she got upset. She was upset that it was taking so long. And not understanding what you guys were faced with.
Correct. And, you know, I'm sure everybody that's listening to this knows that the cost of OSB is skyrocketing.
Yeah, of course.
And, I mean, materials.
All right. I dig. Listen, Lori, I really appreciate it. And you are the owner of, let me look this, J&L Construction and Real Estate Consulting. You are going to, we're going to talk to her, and we're going to get her to allow you to come over and finish the job. How long do you think it'll take to finish?
It depends on the weather. I mean, we're supposed to have rain for the next 7 days up here.
All right, so
I don't know what it's supposed to do in Denver, but
if there is no rain and the weather is good, how much work do you have left? Like a week's worth?
Yeah.
All right, so maybe in the next 45 days you could have this completed. That shouldn't be an issue?
Yeah, that would be a great assumption.
All right, let us attempt to talk to her. I'm going to try to get her back on next hour, and I think this is good. I like how you guys stood up. You really you really showed something good by even talking about that loan on the air and acknowledging it, and that is a good character reference, and I do appreciate that. So that's that. Make sure we have all their information. Suzanne, let's call them back after we talk to the caller and figure out if everything's good. Now, here's what I don't want to run into. You know what's going to happen, right, Dan? The caller is going to say, I don't want him back on there. Well, come on. We're going to have to try to work through that. All right, we've got a ton going up. Tommy Boy's back in studio. Everybody hang tight. Nancy, I promise you'll be next. 303 Martino. We have some lines open. 303-713-8255. You got any issues, we want to hear about them. 303 Martino. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
I wonder if Lori wants to try and offset.
Because I was told California went back to masks. No, because of the variant.
I can't. That would be
okay. Log your ass out.
That would be. Oh, you want me to stay in? I didn't even think. What's that? I can stay in. I didn't even.
No, log out. I'll log in. I just got to grab my.
Did that Linda say she had someone else come in there to do some work?
I thought she did. Very beginning.
Something like $4,200.
Yeah.
What? Who say what?
Linda said she already had some people come in to do work that she had to redo.
The roof, $4,400.
And this is my first-hand experience.
But she said, oh, we're doing all these things.
Mark, that's not the same people.
Right?
It's just not.
She changed it.
That's not it. It's not. It's no. They said that was the person they knew forever, Mark. It's a different person. It's just different. It's different, Mark. You realize everything he said about that call was wrong. Now, one thing.
No, the girlfriend's name is Marilyn Monroe.
She wants to listen in on us talking to Linda when Linda's available in a little while.
Good.
So we can powwow on that all over again. So I'm sure Tommy will have his own opinion.
What? Beat it.
What a crying woman. Better take your head.
I didn't hear her crying, though.
She was crying. She held for an hour yesterday. She was in tears.
You know what it was? My soothing voice brought her down a notch.
God, don't get too full of yourself.
She might be able to beat you.
Do you need your earbuds? They were in there. Do you have them?
No.
Do you want me to go get them?
Oh, if you could, that would be great. Thank you.
There you go.
You know, this is I'll bet you one of those 130-year-old houses in Netherlands.
Yeah, sitting on the dirt.
So, yeah.
They got the
Bring me up to speed on anything that you need.
We'll just talk about it on air, man. There's some crazy shit going on.
Let's see. It's crazy.
You know, Terry Dawn, the guy that you were convinced was going to bring up the, hey, you too.
I loved him, right? Mark would say, no.
You pretty much did.
You loved him.
He was going to bring the house up to...
that guy.
What's
going on?
He built a stick.
He hasn't done shit. So I got the DA involved and the cops were out there fucking yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the DA's name?
Matt. His name's fucking Matt.
The DA from Grand?
He's a Tri-County up there. Yeah, it is.
This girl has
It's 3 counties the guy's over. Granby, the city of Granby.
Calls. I
He's
haven't
in one of them.
multitasked her yet, but I think she will be valuable to
That's
Dan
exactly
while I'm
who
gone.
he is.
Oh, yeah.
I
He
mean,
did a great, honestly, he did fucking
You know what I
great.
mean?
He had a
My
detective
only
call him and he
concern,
met with the guy yesterday, just like I told you.
It's stuff like when we have one person in studio like yesterday and a competitor, somebody wants to give kudos. She doesn't know.
Oh, you're right.
She doesn't.
I caught that.
Or if there's a complaint
Yeah,
and she doesn't know who's who or what. So that's the stuff like. But Dan, I think she'll be really valuable to just
She's
screen
a chip
calls
off. Are
while
you
you
kidding?
focus on video
When
and
we're
keep
gone?
an eye on her calls. She's good. I'm impressed. I don't. My own kids could handle it like that.
Anyway. Miles, you'd be scratching his balls like the rest of us. Men are just not, when they're younger, not up to.
Well, because we got balls to scratch.
What else do you do with balls?
But I have a freaking Addy. It's all chicken run the place.
Okay, let's see here. Man.
These symptoms were studied in combination.
Yeah, you know what's even sadder is I didn't recognize one of the counties.
Do not take Linzess if you have a valve blockage. Get immediate help if you develop an immediate.
Why didn't you think that was part of a tri-county?
Well, Tri-County, it's not the Arapahoe.
You know how when I don't want to break.
It's Matt Carson.
But you know how to activate the sound on these.
Granby's in Grand County.
Do you know how to activate the sound on these PCs to go over the air? Okay, I don't want them yet.
So there might be multiple.
I'm going to start
Tri-Counties
using my
around
sound
to call
effects
it
again.
Let me try this.
You guys don't know what you're missing. You're not using earbuds.
We're not deaf.
I know, that's one good reason you don't.
Here it is,
Actually,
Matt, right
I don't know if
he is.
Actually, I don't know if that's the.
He doesn't lose his counties here.
This thing is just so weird to turn. I just want to get it turned. Okay, there.
No, this guy was very responsive, actually, Dan. At first, I thought...
Those little counties, I can see why.
So, you mean the guy, Terry Thon?
14th Judicial District is... What does it say what it's made up of?
Still at 76 cool degrees, then 81 with fewer storms, but still a few around.
I had to give him the business. I said, look, you realize a lot of DAs don't care about economic crime.
What in-house did you do?
None.
None? Oh, shit.
None. You're going to have to play catch-up. I didn't even fucking...
Okay.
Didn't even think about it, man.
I was trying to tell him.
Oh, shut up. Dan, if you could, like, have more wrong info... Okay.
Grand, Route, and Moffett. You ever heard of Moffett?
Yeah, Moffett County for sure.
Yeah.
Those three counties.
It's a good county.
Where is it? Like, what's in it?
Moffett, it's not quite.
Name one city in Moffett.
Moffattville.
Damn it, he got me.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was a Moffattville?
That would be.
Craig, Colorado's in there. I fired.
Is it? No, Moffett is. What about? I'll tell you the worst county, and I had so much fun with it, with sound effects.
Which one?
Werfeno.
Where the hell's that at?
Werfeno County. No one heard of it. Werfeno.
Is it Colorado?
Yeah, in Colorado. And man, it is so backward. It is so backward. I had cows sound effects that we played when I called City Hall. And, oh man, it's really...
They're in eastern Colorado, right?
Yeah, way east.
Yeah.
Werfeno. It's spelled with an H.
You said Moffett, Grand, and what's the other county?
Why the fuck?
No, that's sorry.
Percentage of what he collects. Why should
I'm just saying. So Moffett County is the most northwestern county in Colorado.
Jesus, I just told you.
Well, okay. So, what are you working on, brother? You.
Grand
Route.
You.
Dustin.
R-O-U-T-T.
Tires on a truck.
Oh, there we go. We gotta make sure on call screener that people can't edit.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
All right. Oh, where my notes are on that. Devices.
You know, this light might work out better. We just got to remember, they're all pointed. Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, let's talk. I will help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Of course, along with help, we have really good deputies, retired gents, and I say gents because that's what they are right now. I'd welcome ladies anytime you want to come and volunteer. We have really good people, and we investigate. And of course, we have Deputy Dan at the video controls. We have Major Mark Major and Sue's the producer. So let's get right to it. We're so proud of what we do because we help people. I was talking to a young man today at Starbucks, and he said, "What do you do?" And I said, well, you know, it's hard to say what you do in a sentence. You know, I said, well, I have a radio show. And then, of course, no matter what, it's, what do you mean a radio show? I go, well, we're on the air. It's a talk show. People call in, and I say, and they bitch and moan and complain about things. And he says, really? Why? And I said, so we can help them. He says, you actually help people that call? And I said, yeah. He said, well, what do you charge? No. And then he said, well, give me an idea. And I gave him an idea. And he said, this is pretty dang cool. And I said, yeah, young men don't start listening until they're in their 30s usually. And I said, sometimes we'll get some young guys, but, you know, mostly 35 and older for talk radio. And this radio show, we're proud to say, has one of the larger female audiences. Why? I think because it deals with everyday life, the aches and pains, the things that make you tick, the things that tick you off, and especially, we don't cater necessarily to male or female, and we just don't. I mean, we try to help everyone, and we don't talk down to women for sure. So welcome. And this is the place to get help. Now, I want to remind you, you can get help at 303 Martino 24/7. When did you get married? You just made me... 303 Martino, 303
Now, why did
My God.
627-8466.
crap.
No, you got me in my little
303
routine.
Martino.
Anyway.
I told you, every new piece of information you have, something else goes out.
We can talk about stuff, but what did you want to know about?
Well, you were saying most people don't start thinking until they're 30. I was thinking how young I got married. I
got married at 19.
I thought you got married very young.
And then Donna and I stayed together 30 years. We're still good friends. And basically, the deal is, I don't know why I got married so early. I think people who have crazy home lives might look for a stability of a home life they make their own. And I know they say if you have a weird home life, you pass that on, but that's not true. I don't think that's true. I think you try to. Some people try to make it better for themselves and their kids than they grew up with. So, Mark and Suzanne are the same way. I literally remember, I know this sounds crazy, but I was 14. Now, I wasn't quite living on my own because my mother was in a hospital. My dad was supporting us kind of with rent and stuff, but I was living there with my younger brother for a while. And then they came and got my younger brother. My father did, and sent him to Florida, but I stayed there. So here's what I think. Kids today, they're taking a long time to grow up and transition, but so what? Who cares?
Wow.
I don't think it's a big deal as long as they do learn. I think the problem is when they don't learn. I don't think it's bad that kids are waiting to go to college or waiting to get married or waiting
for
to
how
do
long?
anything.
We have callers, their kids are 35 living in their basement.
No, living at home to a certain extent, that failure to launch is becoming more and more prevalent. Well, okay. There's no good reason to do it. It's going to cripple your children, but I can see why. Right now, don't you think, well, I go back and forth. Is it harder to get along or easier to get along? I don't know. It can go both ways. In a way, it's easier, and in a way, it's harder. It's kind of, there's so much opportunity. Like kids can work at home. Young people can work at home. They can code. They can do websites. There's a lot of technology that has opened up a lot of jobs. But I don't know. It's weird. If you have a kid and it's a failure to launch situation, we'd like to know about it. Now, I think we helped Patrick a little.
No, we didn't.
I think we did in this sense. We gave him a place to be accountable and somebody who cares. Patrick was a guy that just couldn't launch. And by monitoring him, have him come in here, then we monitored him and said he could call us with any problems, questions, or complaints, and he can get advice from us. Now, he didn't take our advice all the time, but he did some, and I think just having someone there who cared enough to monitor him and give him a little boot in the ass now and then helped him a little. Don't you think it helped him a little? Right now, he's got a job.
I don't, because every time he calls, man, there's a new issue.
He makes another mistake. So,
or he quits a job and gets another one.
We are going to solve problems. Nancy, I know you're hanging, dear. I'm sorry for making you wait, but I want to remind people, we have a multi-purpose show. We do so much. So really, if you do have a failure to launch situation, I'd love to hear about it. Now, we also started an Instagram account. Well, I've always had mine, and I didn't do much with it, Real Tom Martino, but Show Me Trouble is getting traction, and there's only a few posts, but we invite anyone at all to post to it or to tag us, which we'll post there, or to send us pictures of their trouble and we'll show it. For example, there's a paint job up there where a vinyl siding was painted, and it's the most extraordinary warping I've ever seen in a day or two. Now, our experts are saying it was a dark color that trapped the heat or absorbed heat, which caused the vinyl to buckle and warp. You won't believe when I say buckle and warp. We're not talking where you go to the side of the building and look down and see if you can see some waves. This thing looks you just won't believe it. If you see it, it is warping so badly that the siding is almost falling off the house. Okay?
16 grand.
Almost falling off the house. And they had a guy do it. They picked the paint. He went out and bought it, but listen. It said clearly on the label, not meant for vinyl siding. So obviously he's to blame. Now, Steve the painter, our expert at Star Quality Painting, said, if they pick the paint, they're responsible except for the fact that the directions said not to be used on vinyl. So obviously the painter should have seen that.
Wait, I didn't. I wasn't here when Steve said that. I had Stellar on today.
No.
And they said under any circumstance, anybody should know that color, forget about the paint, can't be used on vinyl.
Right. What Steve was saying is this. If the homeowner had their own paint and insisted on you using it and you used it, hold on, they're kind of responsible, okay? Hey, this is what we want. However, Steve also said that the directions, of course, if the directions are in stark contrast with the owner's desire, you have to tell the owner, hey, this says not to be used on vinyl. If they still insist, I would walk away. But I guess you could get a disclaimer saying, I recommend against this paint, but they say we're going to do it. They want to do it anyway. And I understand where Stellar says that a professional painter should know better. I believe that the paint, even if there were no directions on the paint, a good painter would know that a dark color on vinyl can screw it up. Anyway, Nancy, what OSHA assistance do you need? That's Occupational Safety and Hazard Administration with the federal government. Are they bothering you?
No. But let me give you a quick background.
Sure. Go ahead.
And I just want you to know I'm one of your favorite female listeners.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
All right.
All right, let's go.
So I'm a volunteer down here at Denver Inner City Parish. We advocate for a lot of people. We have a client, and he sustained a lower back injury with the company he was working for, and they pretty much just blew him off. He contacted Sawaya Law Firm. They said they couldn't help him. And most recently, he contacted, it's called, I'm going to spell it, ELEY Law Firm. And they looked into his case. And so Ronaldo, he's bilingual, and so are the people there at the law firm. And anyway, they gave different benefits of compensation. I mean, it never was the same. It was always different. And then also the doctor that they sent him to, the points that this doctor came up with differed all the time.
Now, I'm letting you tell your story, but I must tell you, I must find out some information. Your friend Ronaldo got injured, lower back injury, but what kind of work?
Okay, construction work. He fell into a ditch.
Okay, now he was definitely on the clock when that happened?
Yes.
Now, okay, that is a workers' comp issue. In fact, he would not be allowed to do any other law unless it was a third-party claim of some kind. Let's just stick to the workers' comp. Probably Sawaya doesn't do workers' comp. I don't know why they would turn it down. But this Ely law firm that you said he went to, did they actually take the case?
No. They,
well, then who did you say did the minimum? What are you talking about? You said he went to Ely Law Firm. Did Ely Law Firm do anything on the case?
Yes, they sent him to a doctor. And,
okay.
And then also, and the doctor, gave different points that differed.
That differed. What does that mean? That differs. What do you mean by?
He went to the doctor a couple of times.
Okay.
And the doctor differed with the points. And then
do you understand that doesn't make sense? Nancy, please help me. You said the doctor differed with the points. What does that mean? He differed with the points.
Well, they grade them according to the disability.
Okay. And who was he disagreeing with?
The doctor that Ely sent him to.
Okay, hold on. The doctor Ely sent him to disagreed or differed with the points. Whose points? Whose points? Nancy, I love giving people time to explain a problem, okay? I just have to understand it. And maybe it's my fault. But when you say it differed with the points, I have no idea what that means. Maybe Ely Law Firm took a look at him and disagreed with the first doctor's diagnosis or the first doctor's assessment. The first doctor was so-and-so. I just need to go in that direction. Nancy, I promise you, I will help you and help her out if we can. But tell me now, I need to know this. Is this me or is that
Dude, I couldn't get to the point with her. That's why she went on hold.
But you know was there clarification?
I couldn't fucking do it.
He differed with the points. Did you know what that meant?
No.
What?
I read the email, but there's no company name in that.
Mark, ASAP, can you put Garrett's phone number in the IM? I have to
Are
go.
you talking Roy's last shot? Company?
I want to get and if you're
call him up. Apparently he got ripped off by those people, and he's on probation. I think this would be great. Why, you know him?
I know them.
Okay, that's going to be the best fucking radio ever. Get him on.
Oh yeah, we got something good. Is there anything we can show the trouble?
A picture of Dan's face.
Dan, do we have any pictures?
They'll fucking shut him down.
Now, when you put them on the screen, what do you do with them after that?
I just delete them. I save them for a while, and then
Become the banker is a slogan for an investment strategy. We call it become the banker because, in a sense, you start borrowing from yourself. The reason you do that is on purpose, so you can pay yourself interest. And here's the real kicker. It's all interest that you earn tax-free. In fact, the entire account is tax-free. Yes, you can open up an account that can be totally tax-free, even when you take it out. Become the banker. They can explain it to you. BecomeTheBanker.org. If you're looking for a loan, for a refi, or a purchase money, Ideal Home Loans has several options for you. I love Ideal and use the slogan Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan because they have ideal features. First and foremost, each loan is custom tailored to you. Do you need to take cash out to get rid of high interest debt? They'll show you how. And then they'll take that part of the loan and have you pay it off quicker so you don't have to have a washer and dryer on your house for 30 years. Another thing, pick your own term. You don't have to be 30 or 15. You can have whatever term you want. And here's another thing no lender does. Credit optimization. If you're approved, fine. They go further. Maybe correcting an address on your credit report or paying down one account or another to get you better tiering in credit and better pricing. Find out more. IdealHomeLoans.com. I've known him from the beginning. They've been in business nearly 30 years. That's IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
The house you're living in right now, could cost you less. You've just got to refinance every historically low mortgage rate.
Act together.
For my friends at American
Thanks to
Financing.
Marky, I don't have any spots done.
To get an absolutely free mortgage review.
Well, fucking Dan kept telling me. Oh, it's not here.
It's not good unless Dan's here to get the slam.
Because rates really are still near historic lows, and chances are you will benefit even if you
Yeah, what started, the host this morning, right when he was finishing up, made some comment about Dan's head.
God, it was funny. Well, Ross saw me sitting there. And we laugh at Dan all the time when we play racquetball because he's got a big fucking head and sometimes he blocks the ball. So Ross was on air talking about they found this new species, like a dragon from 3 million years ago. And he was describing it, it's got like dragon wings and this really big head. But he goes, the head's not as big as Dan's from the Martino show. It was actually perfect.
A free, no obligation hail damage inspection, which includes your roof, your windows, and also a siding assessment as well. They're experts at handling your insurance paperwork. Delaying your repair can also cost you thousands of dollars. So get a hold of them today. 303-756-ROOF. Advanced Exteriors, providing you peace of mind.
It's refreshing to hear from many.
We need to use people on the referral list.
We got some people we got to get on the fucking sleeves brigade, dude.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We got 3.
All right.
Terry Thon. This guy's bad, man.
Okay. I'm gonna work on
that painter tonight. The painter's name is Kyle Graft. I I already gave his cell phone number out. You realize he has
Kyle? I didn't
Kyler, Kyler.
Kyler.
So you realize, just listen to this. This goes back to March. They said in March they were going to turn it into their insurance, and then they went blackout. They're gone. Blackout stand.
Who is gone, Mark? I'm sorry. Who? There was someone you just...
Kyle Graff.
Okay.
They went black on. They're the ones that painted the house.
I got it. And then Thon.
Terry Thon.
You truly believe he's not going to do it?
He said he already told us he bought a truck and was bringing it up 3 weeks
straight out.
I don't know how much is a lie, how much isn't, but I'll tell you, I knew he wasn't going to do shit. So I got in touch with the DA last week. The DA got in touch with an investigator, and this guy met with the investigator yesterday.
You find it?
No, Scott.
Okay. So do they know about the Contractors Trust Act? Did you prime them a little?
I primed them completely. And I busted his balls saying, I hope you take economic crime, and I put the statute down, because this is definitely that. And he's got a detective.
Good stuff. All right, good. You did an update on the air?
Yes. Yeah, we should update it again. And then we got to talk about this Kyler Graff and that propane. That lady's got 16 grand in siding.
No, we got it.
Now Dan's trying to get someone on.
Is Susan there?
I don't see her. There she is.
I need you to help find some pictures of these bad guys, like Kyler Graff, and he is with who? With some painting place.
Painters. Painters.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. I'm bringing back a feature on the show called As the Troubleshooter Turns. It is a soap opera music that we're going to play and give you follow-ups, because so many cases right now, we have millions of dollars in cases we're trying to help with people. By the way, speaking of helping people, what about helping your pets? Until the 4th of July, midnight on the 4th, you can get 40% off all pet products, horses and dogs, for just putting in a promo code. 40% off. That's nearly half off. RealCBDThatWorks.com. The promo code, all caps, PETLOVE40. So if your dogs have aches and pains or anxiety, maybe around fireworks or thunderstorms, thunder and lightning, it's RealCBDThatWorks.com. Caps, PETLOVE40. Get you 40% off, but only till the 4th. All right, let's keep going. Nancy. So apparently then, this law firm sent him to a doc, and this doc disagreed with the first assessment. Now, did he disagree, saying it was more serious or less serious? Okay. Okay, it won't help him at all to go to OSHA, by the way. All OSHA will do nothing for him. What they will do is maybe send out an investigator to look at the work site if it's unsafe. But we can help directly. That's what we want to do. Ronaldo is injured. First, some questions. When did the injury happen? Roughly. Oh, so it happened in fall of 2020. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. January. I'm so wrong. It happened at the first of the year. Sorry. Okay, so listen. Then let's talk about this. The name of the company is what?
There should be one in there we use.
What do they do?
Oh, they do, let's see, all sorts of construction work.
Okay, listen. Are you sure Ely Law Firm did not take the case? Because if we sent it to somebody who's really good, it could be that they already signed him. They never signed him.
Correct.
People, if you have any problems, give us a call. I'm only saying that because we have lines open. It's usually feast or famine here, so you can get right through 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so Ely did not. Now, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to talk. Can Ronaldo...
Tom, hold on. Okay, I'm reading a letter here that they sent to him. You have asked us to withdraw from representation in this case. I'm writing to you this letter pursuant to workers' comp rules of procedure covering withdrawal of an attorney. And then it just goes on to say, it's my duty to inform you of the following. The reason why he didn't want them to represent him, Ronaldo, was because of the doctor who differed, and then the benefits of compensation differed.
Oh my God, I'm going to hang myself.
Okay, Nancy, listen. None of this matters, okay? First of all, nobody gets to disagree or agree with compensation. It's all scheduled. It's just that cut and dry. So you don't go to an attorney that says, I think you can get this, and another one who says, I think you can get that, because it's not like a personal injury lawsuit. So here's what we want to do. I want to cut this and get him real help. I want Cliff Enton to take a look at this case. And it's very important. Does Ronaldo have an actual workers' comp case number?
Yes, he does.
Good. So that means he did complain. People at work did send him to a doc, and they did open a case. Now the point is proving his case and proving his disability. That's all it is. It's that simple. Nothing else matters. We will have Cliff Enton take a look at it to see if there is an injury. People, when it comes to workers' comp, I'm going to give you some quick tips. First and foremost, whether you think you're injured significantly or not, you immediately report it and say, I've been injured, or I have a pretty good idea I've been injured right now. All right? Now, obviously, if it's really an emergency, they get you emergency help. If not, they must send you to a doctor in a reasonable amount of time. If they do not, you get to pick your own doctor. What's reasonable? Well, hey, if they don't send you to a doctor in 2 or 3 days, you get your own. And again, what you need to do is make sure they open a case. You tell them, I want to open a workers' comp case. Now, you will then be assigned a number. You will have to see a doctor and take it from there. Then I believe you should see an attorney, and you should never, ever try to do it alone, ever. Juanita, what's going on, Juanita?
Yes, good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
I'm wondering, we have a family member who's doing very, very well right now and trying to get their lives back together. They're having trouble renting someplace because she does have a felony on her record.
Okay, what's her first name or a name I can use?
You can use the name Jeannie.
Okay, so Jean is a felon. Is that what you're saying? An ex-felon?
Yes. What kind of felony?
Yeah, that's important.
It was forgery.
Okay, now,
but she jumped through every single hoop that she needs to.
Is she done with probation?
Oh dear. I believe so.
Okay. Did she do jail time?
Yes, she did. She went through probation. She put herself through a course at the Emily Griffith School and has been hired at a job.
Okay. She already has been hired?
Yes.
What kind of work does she do?
Well, she got a culinary certificate at Emily Griffith, so she cooks.
All right. I really want to help.
Nice.
When people put their lives together, hold on. Let's see what we can do.
You know what? I don't know why people have a problem. When people aren't going into a home, what is wrong with having a criminal record? If it's not, if you keep an eye on it.
To have a criminal record is a really tough thing.
Well, if there's other people that don't have one, you're always going to levitate to those.
But then,
But see, when you hear felony, that's,
Kiss of death.
My friend Bob Sacamento.
Oh, love Bob.
I thought he was in. No, he's out. He's out.
So on that email, he basically said that everything they're saying. This John F. Kennedy, he said he steals money from everybody.
He's a bad guy. Huh?
Who steals from everyone?
This John F. Kennedy that we had on.
We had a bad guy named John F. Kennedy.
Yeah. Yes.
And what does he have? What kind of?
Guess who he was married to?
Jackie.
Marilyn.
Hey, is John F. Kennedy what kind of business?
Contractor.
You're going to be forced to recap it here real soon because we're having the caller back on. I talked to both sides so far.
Okay, we're past noon, so
you missed the good stuff.
So apparently,
O'Brien Legal Services. That is the name of the law firm we go to for information and expertise on real estate law. What is real estate law? You know what? So many people ask that. Why? Because they don't avail themselves of a real estate attorney when they should. In fact, you should never go through a real estate transaction at all without having an attorney at least review documents. It only costs a few $100, maybe $200 or $300 compared to the $400,000 and $500,000 in a house. Think about this. They can also do disputes, maybe with a neighbor over a property line, or maybe eminent domain or adverse possession. Whatever it is, you need help. In fact, you can avoid a lot of problems by simply hiring O'Brien Legal Services up front. They don't have to come to closing with you. Just look over documents. Brad O'Brien is the principal. We use him as our expert. Call for free consultations. The website is olslaw.com. That stands for O'Brien Legal Services. olslaw.com. 720-370-7388.
Over 10 years on the referral list, thousands upon thousands of happy customers, and a deal that you're going to remember. You ready for this? You get a new furnace, you get a new air conditioner, you get a whole home humidifier, you get 5 years no interest to pay for it, starting at $8,500. Of course, it depends on the size of your house, but can you imagine that? $8,500, brand new air conditioner, brand new furnace, whole home humidifier, 5 years to pay? 888heating.com. They're the guys. You can find them on referrallist.com as well. 888-HEATING is their phone number. 888heating.com.
If you live in Colorado,
if you're ever up to Blackhawk again, Roy's Last Shot's it's a real, it's a unique restaurant.
Where is it?
It's on the way to Netherlands. On 119.
So up towards your house.
Past my house about.
Is it like a saloon? What is it?
So it is. It's got a bar and
the food's decent.
And they got. I'll bet you they got a couple thousand different shot glasses.
So he actually said this guy ripped him off.
He got 20,000 of 28,000 back. But another lady.
Because he's still on probation.
He didn't know about it.
So this guy's the bad guy.
So he also built a house for this lady named Christine. If I call him up tomorrow to get her last name, we might be able to get her on. They built roughly a $500,000 house had to be tore down. It was all built wrong.
We got to put this guy out of biz, man. Or at least chase him the fuck out of our territory.
Who's that?
It's J&L Construction.
John F.
We're going to bring it back up, right, guys?
Yes.
Well, you're going to have the lady, Linda.
She's going to, once Linda's back up.
She's a little tough to nail down and stuff.
And they gave her $25,000 as a loan. 5 things you should. Oh, I missed it. Look at this, man. They're showing pictures 2 days before that building collapsed.
Oh,
yeah. And what were they showing?
Underneath the pool.
Under the pool, water
waving back and forth.
Rhubarb.
No. Was it showing some bad stuff before?
2 days before.
Okay, I need to sign on to our. I need to start making comments here, so I got to get on my YouTube.
Yeah, if you're up there again and stuff, really, Roy's Last Shot, it's a really good, very good food. I've always had good food.
Do you like steaks, burgers?
Steaks, burgers, great breakfast burrito.
Do their
how
own,
do I get on this damn thing? Okay, I'm on it.
Do they roll their own sushi? I cannot stand sushi. Don't like looking at sushi. Don't like smelling sushi.
Who put it in the refrigerator? Oh, huh?
What's that?
Thanks for that sushi. We were having that.
You didn't like it?
I don't eat sushi.
Where were we?
No.
Oh. You don't like it at all?
Fuck no.
It's
good. Really, it's
you like it?
It's cold fish.
I
don't like fish, and I don't like cold shit.
I love sushi. Sashimi more than anything. The pieces of fish.
What does that mean?
Sashimi just means slices of, well, I don't know what it means, but it is slices of fish. And sushi.
But it's not a particular fish, right?
No, it's just cold raw. And then the regular sushi is
a piece of fish on rice. Sashimi is just the fish. And then they give you a side of rice. And then the rolls are basically rice rolled in, sticky rice rolled in with fish and cucumber or celery or spices. And the rolls are nice. I just get there's a little more carbs than I like. They have low carb rolls now they make without rice or with very little rice. Really good. And I love soft shell crabs and all of that.
Do you like that shit, Scott?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Hey Mark, tell us a story about how Tom took off a red light camera ticket and it finally got up.
Tell him what?
The red light ticket. I was saving him. The one they came and got me, they personally served me.
I know.
Oh wow.
Do you think it was because I was talking about it?
No, because we've had calls where they personally get served, but not a lot. I don't know how they just. I don't know if it's random.
When you're personally served, you have to.
You got to at least show up. I've always said the best argument you could have, though, is, hey, there was a cop or an ambulance behind me waving me through. What are they going to do? Have the camera testify to the contrary? Not that I would ever do that. I'm just saying. It's just an idea.
This is the same guy.
Look how young he is.
Look at the way he's put on some weight.
We don't know how old he is there.
Well, I'm sure he's older there. Then I'm sure that's his youngest one.
Well, his mugshot's going to be all over.
Well, his contract.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Welcome. Now, let's go to the phones. And Ginny, I know you held last week. We will take you next. Juanita, when you have a friend, this is something, by the way, I've always wondered. When someone has a criminal record and you have job openings, as long as those people aren't going into people's homes and you're not entrusting them with a vehicle, why not give them a chance? Why not? I mean, it just seems to me that we perpetuate the problem.
A lot of us
people
have.
trying to get back into society.
A lot of us.
I
had over 50 employers at Goodyear, and I got to tell you, man, I never had any luck with felons. Just didn't.
I know you did.
Zero luck.
But you entrusted one with too much responsibility.
Well, $250,000 later.
But you entrusted him. Rolly Purifoy, same thing. He tried to help a felon. That man's dead, by the way. He is. He
not Rolly, the guy.
No, that man. Yeah, that bad guy, and he ripped off a lot of people. Okay, see, felons give a bad name to felons, and let's face it, they do.
That's like out of Dr. Seuss.
So, Juanita,
yes, sir.
Let's try to find a company that might give her a chance. I mean, she was arrested for forgery. It's not violent. And how long ago was this arrest?
Oh, this was at least 3 years ago.
May I ask,
she's got a job. She needs a place to live.
No, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. And I also meant that too, places to live, especially places to live. Because unlike a job, if you have a place to live, the worst you're going to do is not pay rent. So why do they care? And does she have a bad background in addition to this? Just be truthful. Did she have a lot of arrests and stuff?
No.
Was this her single offense?
No, it was not her single offense, but, there were small things here and there, but no, this was the one that...
Do they simply say, we're not going to rent to you, period?
Well, apparently, they ask when you fill out an application, and then they dismiss it right away, and that's kind of something else I wanted to ask you is that legal if someone has... Okay, well...
hold on. I shouldn't say legal, okay? I don't know how they're doing it. It could be illegal under certain circumstances, but usually not. Here's the deal.
Right.
Here's the deal. If they give chances to people, but not other people, we could make a case, but... That is so hard. Who cares? I mean, really, the situation right now is finding Jean a place to live. And what I'd like to know is her record. Can it be sealed? Has she ever tried?
It's virtually impossible.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Or
that's something that
expunged?
she
Why
could
is it
do.
impossible?
I don't know. We've had Lazare on a few times. There's some stuff that can be, but in general, it just doesn't happen.
I think what they do is they take a look at it, and if it shouldn't have been there to begin with, that's the only time probably. So, in
what's her
case,
budget? How much money does she have each month?
Well, at this point in time, she is spending, with the help of family members, she's staying at a motel, which is getting very expensive.
No, that's weird. She might want to try to get a roommate or something. Or I'd like to talk to landlords.
That's what she's looking into. Yeah,
but think about this. Right now, there are so many people that want to rent. They can pick the cream of the crop. Why would they pick someone with the least bit of shadow? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What would I do? I'm trying to think, what truly would I do? I wouldn't go out of my way to have someone with a felon, but I think if it was a nonviolent felony and they're trying to get back in life and they have a job, I think I would give them a chance. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the word out, and we want, personally, if you'd allow us, if Jean really wants our help, we will do a background check on her. And then we will talk to landlords personally and follow it along. And I think if Jean knows there's someone who cares enough to do that, it might be an added bit of security for the landlord. So, but we want to first check out Jean. If you would allow us to do that, or if Jean would, Suzanne, let's do it. Let's check out Jean. And again, we understand it's not a spotless record, but we'll do it. We'll do it, and then we'll put the word out. Meanwhile, if you're a landlord, whether you would rent to her or not, call us. I'd like to get your feedback on being a landlord and what someone accused of forgery are you fearful of. Maybe forging a check for rent or something. Let me know. Ginny, what's going on with you, Ginny?
Oh, my.
Were you on the radio already? Were you already on the show or not?
No, I was never on the show.
So you called last week about a home warranty company. Is that right?
That's correct. American Home Warranty.
You know, I, in general, can't stand home warranty. I mean, they just suck. But because usually they simply don't cover things that need to be covered, and they have exclusions. In your case, are you calling about something not being covered?
Well, I am calling about my Carrier air conditioner.
Okay.
Which at this time has been out for close to 3 weeks. And I am 81. I'm on oxygen. And I have called them numerous
So they
times.
haven't even shown up yet.
Well, one showed up after 8 days when the first... when the air conditioner first went out. 8 days later, they sent somebody, and he said, I never saw anything like this, and I will get a specialist to come out. A specialist came out many days later, and he said, I've never seen a Carrier with 2 motherboards.
Okay,
So
rather
I
than
don't
getting
know.
into all those details, I want to get right to this and ask you a question. Did they turn down the claim?
Well, I never heard back after the second person.
Okay, you hold on, and we're going to start rattling some cages. Hang on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
God damn it.
By Indeed.com.
I just can't take them. What? These warranty companies.
Well, they also.
I-25 as you make your way southbound, just after.
Very nature of how they're written.
Adding about 4 minutes to your ride all the way to Alameda.
Deputy Dollar,
No delays
how
as
would
you
you
make
feel
your
about
way
really
east
rattling
of
some cases? Look, at least get this fucking woman a call back.
Yeah, I'm more than
You don't have to say the fucking part, but.
Between Quebec, that's west. Looking at 5 minutes.
Threaten them with Dan's face.
Yeah. Your face is their case.
Partly cloudy skies. 20% chance for some isolated thunderstorms. Low 53 degrees. With your impact traffic weather. I'm Tom 6:30.
Now look and see Mile High. Are you sure it's a 60? Because they've changed the order to 30. Thank you. See, I gotta be on my toes with you, ads.
27% on average. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
let's talk about estate planning. You know, so many people just, they don't listen. So I'm going to tell you something. No matter how young you are, if you're starting out in life, at least talk to an attorney. It won't cost you anything. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. He can tell you if you need an estate plan or what you need. Some people do need medical directives. Others might simply want to establish a simple will. What do you do with your pets? As you get older in life, it becomes more complicated. Please call MileHighEstatePlanning.com or now BlakeHarrisLaw.com to just talk. Blake Harris will not charge you for talking. He only charges for what he implements at flat rates. And the number's easy. 833-ASK-BLAKE. No charge. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Sheridan Auto Tech is now also a place to go for electrical repairs. Now, Kevin Calkin and his team do an excellent job at maintenance and repair of vehicles, big and small jobs. Honesty is their hallmark. But now they do electrical issues as well. He bought Lakewood Auto Electric, so they have electrical technicians that can tackle the toughest of problems. The important thing about Kevin is that they are honest and they are experienced. On Colfax and Lakewood and on Havana and Aurora for details, SheridanAutotech.com. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. You hear me talk about reverse loans because it is a viable way to tap your equity when you're older without ever paying tax on it. Now, listen, I'm not going to get into your estate plan and if you want to leave your equity to whoever. What I'm saying is this. There's no reason why you shouldn't live on it and truly let it serve you. You can do it. Listen to this. You can do it. It'll protect your house from lawsuits. You can do it and have emergency money if you need it or not use it. You won't be charged for it. It's something to look into. ApprovalReverse.com on our referral list for many years. ApprovalReverse.com. And that number is 303-771-3528.
In Season 2 of the hit podcast Paper Ghosts, investigative journalist M. William Phelps searches for the truth behind the tragedy of July 4th weekend, 1981. A massive fire engulfs a farmhouse in America's heartland. 4 members of a wealthy Ohio family are dead, but was it the fire that killed them?
My brother said, Carol, something's up. They're not telling us everything. That is not a fire. There is too much light.
Listen to Season 2 of Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
TNT Floorworks wishes everybody a great Independence Day celebration. Todd wants to thank Denver for all the business you've provided his family over the years with this amazing offer. Now through July 4th, mention that you heard about them from Michael Brown and you pay what they pay for your flooring products. No markup. Get in touch with them for details on this unbeatable offer at TNT4works.com. That's Floorworks with an X.com, where they always do a dynamite job.
Your timeshare sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over you have heard, we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless. Month after month, your timeshare company demands your maintenance, mortgage, and assessment fees, amounting to thousands of dollars per year out of your pocket for nothing. Start the freedom process. Let Timeshare Freedom Group free you from your overpriced, unavailable timeshare. Thousands have done it. Now it's your turn. The leaders in the industry, Timeshare Freedom Group, has...
Yeah, it's John Kennedy. That's his full name, John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Yeah. We're so good at it, we even offer a 100% money back
Doesn't sound like he's a good dude.
Wasting your money. Or dump your timeshare. Start the freedom process. Call Timeshare Freedom Group now because you have better things to do with your money. 855-48-CANCEL. That's 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare Freedom Group, we set you free.
When we got newly notes from DMD,
He was the one that with Linda and Lori.
We didn't realize just how much
With Linda. And Lori was his partner, girlfriend, whatever.
Right. So much better, so I have lower AC bills in the summer and heating bills in the winter. And if that's not enough for you, remember that DMD Windows offers
Lord.
10-year installation warranty and the special discount only for
What's up, old man?
This old man.
You're gonna get your fucking ass handed to you. Now that we're playing in the real one.
Yeah. Am I gonna play somebody else? Do I gotta wear my slippers?
Dude, first of all,
stocking feet?
Do I
gotta play in stocking feet?
I want to. Can you go up there real close to it and hit 38 so CNN is on? Yeah, but if you do it from there, I think it'll be both. Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Let me hit mute. Fucking mute you.
See that guy, Phil? He was at Channel 4 with me for a while. He has changed.
This one?
Yeah, he has changed so much.
What do you do? Hit enter or what?
No, it does it.
What the fuck is it?
No, it is commercial.
What'd you put on?
CNN. I like to contrast them side by side. I like CNN.
The only reason they have ratings is him.
Well, hold on. The ratings are so bad when we just switched there, it ticked up.
It got brighter because they could afford more electricity.
You know your old picture in there from K-How?
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about? It says, it's the old Real Talk one. It's a picture of you, it's basically this much.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's drawing funny pictures on it.
Well, I wonder who that someone is.
They might be related to you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Ginny's having a problem with American Home Warranty. They haven't even come out after seeing the initial problem. And, so what? Here's the thing that I love. They have so many outs in their contract, and when that expert says, geez, we never saw one of these carriers with 2 motherboards, Ginny, get ready, because what they're going to do is set you up. And people listening, please note this, okay? The reason home warranties suck is because you never know what is covered until you have a claim. What that means is this. If you insure a place or warranty a place, I call it insurance, you buy the warranty, you might be buying the warranty based on the fact that your house has 10 major components: heating, air, dishwasher, and certain things. Let's say, or a constant flow water heater. Let's just say 10 major things. And now you have a problem with your AC. Now, you've been paying a premium based on 10 major components. How long have you had this policy, Ginny?
Probably about maybe 6 months.
Okay. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky it hasn't been a long time. But there are some people that pay a premium for 5 years, and then something goes wrong. This is a great example, this carrier AC. So the carrier AC goes out, and a technician says, that's not right. It's got 2 motherboards. So now the warranty company says, sorry, Ginny, but this was never right to begin with, so we can't really warranty this because it was defective when you bought it, or something like that. Actually, what happens is this. They exclude, listen to this, they exclude all owner abuse, all lack of maintenance, and all normal wear and tear. So what else would be covered? Think about that. Abuse is not covered, lack of maintenance is not covered, and normal wear and tear is not covered. Those are 98% of everything that can go wrong. And the rest that can go wrong are manufacturer's defects, which maybe this extra motherboard might be to your favor if it was like that from the factory. But what I don't like about home warranties, and I invite anyone who sells a home warranty to come on, and I promise you to give you the utmost respect, and tell me why I should buy American Home Warranty or Blue Ribbon or any of them. Because what they do is they charge you up front for 5 or 10 major components, and it could be that you actually have no coverage because they all were either lacked maintenance before you even got there, or they were broken or defective at the time, and they exclude it. So you're actually paying for something, and you do not know what is being covered until you have a claim. How stupid can people be? Ginny, we're going to call this company for you. Deputy Dollar is going to tell them to get their asses off the dime and get out and see you. Hang on, Ginny. We're going to get to you. But think about that. Buying a home warranty is stupid because you don't know what is covered. You have no idea what is covered. And when it's not covered, they don't refund you any of the premium. They suck.
No hazing.
I've been a registered Democrat for 28 years.
And no initiation fees.
Really glad you're talking about this.
Just intelligent individuals.
You gotta love these idiots out here.
You know, if they would inspect the house up front, inspect the house.
They'd have to sell it for so much more.
No, and then I know what's being inspected. Then I know.
But I mean, they never do it.
Like Zillow or HomeVestors?
Could you ever make an argument for a home warranty? I can't see where.
Not a home warranty, no. If someone threw it in and you did literally pay nothing for it.
That's right. You're right. Just throw the damn thing in.
Which could be smart for marketing.
Like it sounds good, you know. Why the hell isn't that?
Okay, so I got a new serve. No, dude, you know last time I had a new serve, my back serve like that fucking loft right on the wall. So you hit it, it hits the wall, it sticks to the wall. And then the only way he can hit it is backhanded, but the ball's on the wall. So he breaks his racket.
Balls to the wall? Did he just say balls?
So this is almost like a cartoon. What he's talking about. It looks good on the cartoon.
Wait, what's
in
this
reality, it just doesn't work.
You can say whatever, dude. That serve is
They say, wait, how can only 11 be dead in that home?
Well, because the rest are missing.
Yeah.
God, that is so sad.
Oh, it is.
Now, Wendy's husband, disabled vet, Lucas Smith, Legion Construction. Do we even remember that? I made a note of it.
And meeting the families who have been forced to endure this terrible tragedy, waiting in anguish and heartbreak for word of their loved ones. Look,
I gotta beat your ass at racquetball, then I'm gonna go beat some asses at fucking Top Golf.
Yeah, Suzanne. That's who
she could probably beat you.
She doesn't even play golf. That's who you're talking about beating.
She could beat you. No, actually, we're playing two very good golfers.
How did you leave it with Jenny in the home board?
And I won.
I had a guy call. He didn't want to come on the air. Says, I think I can help you. He's with High Tech Air Systems. He says, I think I can help you with your warranty issue. Should I send it that way, or were we going to help?
He's looking. If it's a carrier, we're going to send him to Plumb Line, if anyone. But I want him to call. Yeah, you need to talk to him.
Oh, so you're going to get on this case.
Yeah, I need him to call the warranty company, basically say, listen, guys, you haven't even been out there.
So you're done with Jenny for now. Send it over to Deputy Dollar to make a call. Okay. Now, you're going to make the call now, or are you going to do it after the show?
Yeah,
right now? Okay.
I'll do it.
You want to call her and get all the info, so I'll give you her number.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, so I have Terry Thon. I have him pending on the Sleeves Brigade. No solution from Colorado Storm Solutions. Now, I don't remember that. That's a draft. Matthew Coe is a draft. My problem is I got to put him in. I got to put him in right away, or I just don't get to it. Terry Thon, though, is almost done, so I'm gonna do that. Scott, okay. And I wonder if he has a I wonder if his picture is there. Hold on. This is him right there.
It happens.
Is this Terry Theodore?
He's like, when we play racquetball, I can't remember. We're in a big, you ever been in a racquetball?
I was going to tell Mark.
I can literally say, look up there.
What did you say?
I was going to tell Mark to email you that baseball promo for whenever he leaves, just so you'll
have it. Or I'll hit it and I'll go, I'll get it. And he'll forget it's his turn and he won't get it.
Hey, Mark. Whenever you can you just send that Major League Baseball promo to Tom, just so whenever you're out,
absolutely,
he'll have it. Thanks.
Although it's over. Oh no, it's not.
I was beaten so bad, he made me play in stockings.
You should. I sent you that.
I know. Just stop.
I dig it.
Wait, let me just see if I put it away somewhere.
No, I can saying
I got it so quick it don't matter.
he wants to get better so he can play. I says, well,
What's a good headline for home crafters?
Home shafters.
Home shafters. Hold on, maybe home crafters or home shafters.
Home
I like
crafters.
it. Home crafters or home shafters. Well, people know what that is.
Oh, I think they will.
Good.
Give him the shaft.
Yeah.
Ask Dan. He gets the shaft when he was in the joint.
Wait, there was a thing on.
Oh, already, not right now, but oh, it's so good. Thank you. You're gonna put it in the refrigerator, though.
Got me too?
Yeah, because I might have it after the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
When did you get that?
King Supers before I came here. So I got here early.
I like that dollar store sushi. That's some good shit right there, man. Love the dollar store sushi. Oh yeah, they got everything.
Oh, so we went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place.
Like recently?
Yeah. It's all you can eat, not dollar. It's really good food, really good place. But
how much
all
is
you can eat's a rip. $26.95. Here's what. Okay. First and foremost, if you can't have sashimi, okay? Otherwise you'd eat too much fish. When you eat sushi, you have to eat the whole thing.
Or else they won't give you another piece. So you got to eat all.
Charge you for anything left over or anything to go. They charge you for.
God, that's some funky rules, man.
Well, if you think about it, you know, people. My son ordered 10 orders, right? And of this one thing, and I said, Bonnie, they came and said, well, you have to eat the rice too, because he was just taking the fish.
Oh, really?
And they said, you have to eat the rice.
Did they charge you?
Yeah. Then I
fucking put my kid's face in that rice.
You must eat the whole dish and no sharing and no takeout. And all of it's charged against you.
Oh my God.
Is that standard with sushi restaurants?
No, this is all you can eat.
Oh, with the all-you-can-eat sushi.
So they don't want you horny. You know, think about it. It's kind of fair, I think, because Bonnie loves. You can't order sashimi, but he loves salmon. So what he does is he ordered the salmon sushi and just pulled the top, the salmon
kill
off the top.
Let me tell you this. Maggiano's needs to get on the sushi train there with you and charge you for every dish that's left full that we're taking out.
Shit, man, we'll
It's embarrassing.
10 bags, man.
And you call me cheap?
Yeah, family style, they just keep bringing you whatever you ask.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, it's embarrassing, Tom.
Well,
but
like,
the,
no,
I like money.
And you call me cheap?
That's not cheap. No, that's getting the deal. It's getting the deal.
No,
If you think about it, Maggiano's does a decent job.
Oh, Maggiano's
when you think about that,
It's a great Italian
mass
restaurant.
quantity. No, I mean it's not like great, like something your mother would write home about. I'm saying it's good.
It's better than Olive Garden. It's better than other chains.
That's right. You're damn right it is. It comes damn near close to a regular boutique Italian restaurant. It really does. But boutiques are hard. You know, the one-ups are hard to compete with, but then the dishes are more expensive. And, you know, but Maggiano's, for the mass production they do, it's amazing.
Did you book anything for this weekend? You going anywhere? California.
Ask everyone you know was married.
Thank you,
We're going to
Texas.
Texas. It's going to be hot as hell.
We should do a dinner for all the deputies.
No, we should. That would be
Do a
good.
what?
Maggiano's.
We could. You know what? That would be fun. Let's
You're
do
not
that.
fucking coming.
No, Mark, let's do that. I'll get Suze and Steph to get together.
You're not fucking going. We'll bring you home a doggy bag. I'll never forget when I did the dollar steaks. This fucker took all of them that were left to his dog.
I did.
fucking believe it.
He loved them. You know, they don't serve them anymore. They don't have them at the dollar store anymore.
They got rid of them?
Yeah. Well, actually, they only have places that have.
They had sushi there.
No, not sushi.
No, I think they've had sushi there. I do. I'm not kidding. Or
They have
used to.
dollar steaks. Really, a slice of roast beef they call the steak.
Right.
Pretty much.
And what was the preservative again? We were.
Oh, it was actual antacid.
Yeah, it was an antacid.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome and thank you for being here. Tell a friend about the show. We solve problems, we answer questions, we take complaints, and we make life just a little easier. really recovering hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services, millions of dollars during my career, and thank you for being part of it. Let's get right to it, but here's how it works. You call with a problem, we try to solve it. We'd prefer you call before it's too late. Sometimes people are so far gone, but we try to do the best we can. And this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, free market valuations of your home for the asking. And it's true market valuations, 303-920-1622. Really, it's based on his 26 years of experience. Barbara, what's going on in your life? Barbara, how can we help you?
Hi, Tom. Yeah,
Hey.
I talked to you back in April.
What happened?
I live in an apartment. Well, I'm sorry?
What was it about?
Well, that they'd closed off the front entrance of my apartment.
Oh, I remember, and they said it was temporary because they were doing some improvements.
Right, and exactly. They tore up the stuff, and then all the month of May, they said they couldn't get 10 full days of sun because we were getting so much rain.
Is it still cut off?
Yeah, today is the 12th week.
Are you kidding me? And so what do people do with disabilities?
Well, I am very blessed to have a very kind, selfless neighbor who has gotten my mail, taken out my trash, opened the back door for Amazon Fresh.
Well, what happens when you have to come and go?
I haven't come and goed.
Wait a minute.
I've
Are you truly trapped in your apartment? You cannot leave that building?
In an emergency, with the help of the fire, I could get down the back steps. But that would be, in other words, I can't get down the back steps alone. So I just haven't done it. And so, I just wondered,
What do they say about this? I think this is weird. What do they say about Americans with Disabilities Act? The people who promote that would be very, very interested in this.
Well,
I mean,
they seem to be more, I don't mean to interrupt, but the ADA seems more interested in access to federal buildings. That seems to be more of their...
No, but they have divisions for housing and other things. I know it's federal.
Let's get our expert on.
I would like to get our expert on. Let's get our experts on that, the ADA expert.
Yeah.
I would like that. Or possibly even the Legal Center for the Handicapped. We have to figure this out. 12 weeks is way too long.
They're going to blame COVID and just the shortage of labor and the rain and everything.
Well, no, it was the rain and the concrete. Well, now they didn't do anything in the lobby, so now they're going to tear up the lobby, which leads to the front door. So now we won't be, and they said we just
But I thought you can't, wait, I thought you can't get in and out of the front anyway. Is that true or not?
Let's see, how do I put
exactly
it?
What is blocked off to you, Barbara? Let's get that. What is blocked off?
It was blocked off because there was a trench. They dug a trench.
But right now, this is what I care about. Right now, what is blocked off to you?
Fortunately, nothing. Well, I haven't been downstairs
then
today.
Then why are you calling?
Why am I calling?
Yeah,
because
if it's not blocked right now, I'm curious because I asked you if you had access and you said you can't come and go. You just said that. You can't come and go, and unfortunately, and it's been 12 weeks. So why can't you come and go? I'm very concerned for you.
Okay, well, I'm concerned for me, too.
Okay, so why can't you come and go?
Law-abiding. Well, let me explain where I am.
Okay.
I'm law-abiding, and if the management of the company says you're not to exit the front door, guess what? This law-abider says I'm not going to exit the front door.
But
in an emergency, I've talked to some people.
If they tell you not to go out the front door, where do they want you to come and go? From the rear?
The back, in and out the back door.
What do they say people with disabilities should do?
They have no advice on that. Deal with it.
Well, there are other people with disabilities. So right now, if you go in and out of the front door, if you go in and out of the front door, you can do it, right?
I can do it. Then they have crime scene tape at the end of the...
It just bothers you. So it just bothers you because they tell you not to use it.
It doesn't bother me. I'm law-abiding. I've been told I shouldn't go out the front door, and this is true of all the other people living here. No one's used the front door. Because we're law-abiding. There's something to be said for that.
But if you need to, of course you can.
I would. Oh, let me tell you something. At least,
but you're saying, she's saying it's an inconvenience. That's what I'm hearing. It's an inconvenience because they're telling her not to use it. Do they say how long they will ask you not to use it? Did they say?
I contacted the management company, and their response was, I could pull it up as their email, but it was basically, we're going to remodel the lobby now. When we have a firm date when the remodel will be, and then you can exit the front door.
Okay, hold on. You know what? We'll call over there. We will. Suze, just call them and see what's going on. Barbara, I understand you're upset. I totally understand. And it's been 3 months. I understand that. But for God's sakes, it's not blocked off. They're just asking you not to use it. Okay, well,
yeah, but
if there's
she's a law-abiding citizen.
And if there's no other way to get in and out safely, I say use it. And I am sure that they would make an exclusion. Either that or they're in violation of the law. And I would like to get on our person from ADA compliance just to find out about this. Is it only for federal buildings? I'd like to know in general, what do you do when a place is not in compliance? Can we complain somewhere? Lord knows we have enough problems in life without having access. Yes.
I think they're going to say to the housing authority is where you complain.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out. See, listen. Compliance is an issue, I think, that I think everyone can see. I mean, obviously, if you have a disability, you need to be able to get in and out of places and move around in places. A lot of people complain about it. They do. Because oh my goodness, I can't believe they're tearing up all the streets and putting ramps in. But think about it, really. I mean, there are people with disabilities that need ease of access. No one can argue with it.
She wants him to use her front door and not her back door.
Obviously. But, yeah, I know. Sometimes, though, like you say, you can't make this stuff up. She's calling not because it's blocked, but because there's a sign that says do not use it. All right, fine. I would say the hell with your sign. If I need to use it, I'm going to use it because I can't use the rear, and I'm disabled. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Deputy Dollar, did you call on that other one, that home warranty?
Yes, I did, Tom. I had to leave a voicemail for Jenny.
Oh, you haven't even talked to Jenny yet?
No.
Oh, Jenny, we're trying to help you. You got to answer your phone, and we'll get through to American Home Warranty. Now, there have been a few callers, to be fair, there have been a few callers over the last few months that say, well, they did repair this or they did repair that. So I'm not saying they never repair anything. I am saying that they mostly can get out of anything if they want to, if it becomes too costly. And I know a lot of real estate people are kind of using this as a selling point that they offer a home warranty. Well, they're not really offering you much. And if you're in real estate, maybe you can tell us about home warranties that you like. Or if you have a home warranty, I'd like to know if you like it or not. I'm of the opinion they are not worth it. Too many outs. And I don't like buying something where you don't know what is covered. It's like the UPS insurance, by the way. UPS, if you buy UPS insurance, let's say you pack something up, you hand it over to them, and you pay for the insurance. Are you covered? Not necessarily. Why? Because they have conditions, and those conditions are patently unfair. And I'll explain it to you. Call with any of your problems. 303-713-TALK. You heard that, right, Mark?
What?
The baseball promo?
Yeah.
All central heating and air conditioning.
Go ahead.
Be tough on the answer. It's just not true. Favor facts over conspiracy. What should American citizens know? And trust standards over hearsay.
Thanks for saying that. I'm going to download it and keep it for sure.
It's almost gone, dude. All right. It's on the 11th. It's a week.
Get found fast. That's what you want. You want to get found fast if you're in business. If you have a website, Get Found Fast is the name of the company that helps you get found fast. In order to show you what they can do, they will do a free analysis, and there is no obligation. They'll even give you some do-it-yourself tips that you can implement in your website. I use them for referralist.com and for 303consumer.com. GetFoundFast.com for your free analysis.
All right, July 11th at Coors Field. This is coming up really quick. It's a must-see doubleheader. You can check out baseball's top young stars and all the SiriusXM All-Stars Futures game. You'll see your favorite celebrities and your favorite MLB stars. You got to check this thing out. There's very few tickets left, but the first 15,000 fans that get there that day, they get some pretty cool freebies. For tickets, go to allstargame.com, allstargame.com. One more time with me, allstargame.com.
Oh boy.
Oh man, God, you three are so old. It's amazing. You didn't even get the humor what was going on with what Tom was saying.
But you got to remember,
We don't want. She goes, I don't want them to use my front door.
I got it.
Use the back door.
Oh my God. He is so incorrigible. Jeez.
You must have said it 5 times.
I did, and I didn't know. I wasn't doing the double.
You don't need to come in your front door. Use the back door.
Some people prefer.
did he say come in?
You said he did. He said you can come in the front door. And she goes, no, I gotta use the back door.
It's preferable.
I see, I look in there, Suzanne is laughing her ass off. I look at Dan, it's so far over his head, he still doesn't know what we're talking about.
That's good. That's a good thing.
And Tom just continued on with the back door. But at least you picked up on it, Scott.
I got it right away. And I missed the first part of the call.
You don't need to come in your front door. You can use the back door.
It's illegal.
If I was in and just tuned into that, I know, and then she goes into it's illegal. This ain't Texas.
In some states.
Doesn't Texas have weird, what do they call it?
They use the other ones.
A sodomy? A sodomy.
Who?
A sodomy?
Sodomy. Just sodomy. Sodomy.
And I mean, you know all about these laws.
Like you were sodomized in school.
And you know that all comes from the city.
Real quick, just have a second. With Barbara,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
she doesn't want us to call the management company. She wants us to find out, so I was going to put Marty on it if you want. I don't know if this is reasonable. If the place is pulling permits properly and within city guidelines of doing the work. That's what she wants.
So they don't care?
So talk to her again.
She doesn't care if they come in her front door?
So tell Marty.
She might like the back door.
Tell Marty that.
You are just as bad.
She might like using the back door.
Some people do, Mark.
You know what, though?
Dan?
Mark, that's why he didn't like that military
But
school.
if you use the back door, there could be a lot of mud. And some people have a mud room for that.
But if it's tight, you can equal it up with some prunes.
That made no sense, Mark. But
It can be messy.
Animal shelter. Visit
the
Invisible
mic
Pets
was
on
on.
Facebook to vote for your favorite animal shelter.
There's a
and
lot of
mud. Return home.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK-SO. I talked about the UPS warranty, and I said I would elaborate. Let me elaborate a little, okay? Because this goes for anybody that offers a warranty but does not give you specifics. Home warranties, all of them exclude 98% of what can happen. And they can vary, and I don't mind that, by the way. I don't mind them excluding appliances. But I don't want to pay for those appliances for 5 years before knowing about it. So my suggestion for home warranties is simple. If you truly want to give me a home warranty, I would buy it. You do an inspection up front. Let's say I have 10 major components. You say, Tom, 8 of these we can insure. 2 of them have problems. And I'll say, cool. And they can say this, by the way, if you fix those problems, we'll even insure those. Then, or warranty them. Then, when I buy the warranty and pay the premium, I know exactly what's covered.
They wouldn't be able to sell them. They would have so much money out of pocket inspecting everybody's dishwasher.
Well,
I mean, really.
I get it. You're right. It would take a long time to inspect.
It'd be a horrible business model. I mean, right now, their business model works great for them.
That's
you pay them and they don't do crap.
That's right. Or let them decide if they're going to cover you. So, where are the people in the home warranty business or real estate business that want a free airing of their product? You call me and I'll give you a damn free commercial right now. But you have to tell me why I should buy it. 303-713-TALK. And if you're listening to a delayed podcast or show or stream, you can simply call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Now, UPS warranty. You go with a package, and it's all packaged up, right? You take it to them, you pay the premium. Are you covered? You don't know. How do you know if you're covered? When you have a claim. So let's say it's broken upon delivery. So you put in a claim, and you say, this was broken, and they say it's not covered. And you say, why? And they'll do this every time. Every time. UPS is the worst company in existence when it comes to standing behind their service, whether they're delayed or whatever. So you ask, why is it not covered? And you know what they say? It wasn't packed right. And you say, well, how do you know that? Because it broke. See, if it breaks,
how do you pack your package?
That's right. How do you do it? Here's what you do. You let them pack it. That's what they want. If they pack it for you, they'll stand behind it. They'll stand behind you if you let them pack it. But if you don't, they won't. The next thing, if they want to sell a warranty, or insurance, here's what they should do. If you pack it yourself, then they should inspect your package before allowing you to buy insurance. Then you know it's insured. Or they could inspect it and say, you know what, Tom? We're not going to insure this one. Then you don't pay for it. The problem I have with all of these warranties is you do not know what is covered up front.
Well, the one thing with UPS and FedEx and all of them, when we're talking about shipping, if they lose the package, then you will get your insurance money.
Okay. The loss of a package is truly, that's right. You're right. That is one circumstance that will cover it. But a delay in getting your package, I can't believe when I ordered something one time, I don't even know how this happened. Mark, I swear to God, I don't know how it happened.
When it ended up here.
Well, what they did was they arbitrarily, I didn't request it. There was clearly a label to go to my house. This package was supposed to go to my house. They put on another label and crossed that one out for this office. So someone had to consciously say, oh, this is Martino, and he works here, send it there instead. I swear to you, how else would it happen? And not only that, but they left it, and of course this was during a semi-shutdown. We weren't completely shut down. We had just gotten let back in the building. They left it outside on the back door and never notified anyone. They are the worst ever. The worst. Dave, what is your comment, sir? What is your comment?
Hey, Tom, I had a question on warranties also.
Sure.
I've got a Hypertech programmer that I loaded onto my pickup truck about 16, 18 years ago. About a year ago, I went to reprogram it because I put some different size tires on my truck, and I wanted the computer to recognize that. I was getting an error, so I called into the company. I said, "Hey, my programmer's not working. It's giving me an error. Says it doesn't want to work." They were insisting for them to honor their lifetime warranty, that I either had to produce a receipt or tell them where I purchased this from.
Why is that? Why?
I don't know. They just insisted.
Well, my God, it's been 18 years.
Yeah, but,
I don't find that horrible.
But no. Wait 1 second. You've been using it for 18 years, right?
Correct.
And
I'm the only
Mark,
person on there.
Wait, Mark. Are they asking that you produce proof in order for your car's warranty or the product's warranty?
The product's warranty.
Well, I can see that. How do they know you didn't buy it at a flea market?
Well, and that's the thing. I think if you get the unit back, you'll see that it's only been used on one vehicle.
Yeah, but
in the last 18 years.
They have a serial number, right?
Yes.
They should be able to track who bought it. Where did you buy it?
It had to have been. It was on an online purchase. I can't remember if it was J.C. Whitney, Jegs, or Summit Racing.
Listen, but I understand, Dave. I understand why it bugs you. But as Mark brought out, what is wrong with them wanting to know where you got it? Because if they're giving you a lifetime warranty, here's an example. What if, for example, that unit was purchased at a flea market and you're the third owner? How would they know unless they have proof of purchase? Do you really believe that's wrong? Now, after 18 years, it does sound weird. It does. But they should have a serial number to be able to track it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they could obviously see it was only sold once, and I'm the only owner of it.
Well, no, they can't see that it was only. They can't see that it was only sold once. They can see that by retail it was sold once. They don't know what happened to it after you.
It doesn't seem like a bad thing. It just doesn't.
It doesn't seem like a bad thing for a lifetime.
Tell them you bought it at Walmart. Come up
for
with
a
something.
lifetime warranty. I see no problem unless it's an unconditional warranty, and this is where people buy things. And if I gave it to somebody and they gave it to somebody, the product itself is warranted no matter who owns it, as long as it's not abused. But it's all part of whatever the warranty says. It's all a matter of contract. It absolutely is a matter of contract. So what does it say on their warranty?
Well, there's a new wrinkle. So I looked at all my paperwork. I can't find any kind of proof of sale to provide them with. And so I went back on their website to let them know, hey, I'm not able to find any proof of sale. They have changed their policy to where they're now saying that they're not going to honor a lifetime warranty. I'm like, wait a minute, I was already grandfathered in on this thing.
Yeah, but you can't prove it.
Hold on. What I'm asking you is this. I'm asking you this. If someone had a lifetime warranty, they're not going to cancel it, right?
They shouldn't.
No.
They shouldn't.
Okay, no, I'm asking you. Is the company saying we are no longer honoring lifetime warranties, and if you have one, good luck? Or are they saying we are no longer honoring lifetime warranties except for those who are grandfathered in and can prove they bought it?
They're saying as of, I can't remember what date it was, last year, 2020, they are not honoring their lifetime warranties. It's on their website. I didn't speak to anyone.
I am asking a question. It's amazing to me how people avoid answers. Are they saying they are voiding lifetime warranties for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so if you bought it 2 years ago with a lifetime warranty, they will not warranty it.
Correct.
Okay. Then why are they asking you for a date of purchase? What would that matter? They're not honoring it anymore, so why do they care?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Dave,
my
Dave, you're
is,
not making any sense, okay? I like that you call. You make no sense. The truth of the matter is they're asking you for proof of purchase because they want to see if you're grandfathered in.
And they're probably
Dave,
not.
Otherwise, there would be no reason to ask for a proof of purchase. So you're getting tripped up in your own story. You're saying they're no longer honoring the warranty. But then you said they want me to show them the date of purchase. Why? Why, just to laugh at you? Hey, man, you bought that 18 years ago. Good deal. I mean, really, you're making no sense. So if you can make sense, you explain it to Suzanne off the air. Because I'm kind of getting a toothache, a headache, an ass ache, and my I mean,
I think what he's saying is they no longer, if you buy a new one.
That's not what he said.
I know.
He said they're not going to honor anyways. Why? Here's why. Consumers want to try to get me pissed off at the company. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
And they don't tell me the fucking truth.
We got to get to
Do my friends on YouTube get my madness?
Linda and Lori.
Linda and Lori show.
Also a bit sluggish westbound I-70 between Wadsworth and Ward because of road work, and off freeway a crash on southbound Parker Road.
Why is approval reverse getting so many?
What do you mean?
I've done 3 or 4 yesterday, and I'm doing 3 today.
They must have done makeups.
But you don't have anything to do with that.
No, I load theirs, but they get this. Look, this is how many they do a week. All week. So there might be makeups or something.
But who decides makeups and why?
That means they didn't run. I have no idea why.
Trucks and SUVs are the future for everyone. Built for tough and built for America. Now get additional bonus cash on top of current offers when you build and order your Ford at your local Ford store.
Yeah, she gets 12 a month.
Let's talk about QCColorado.com. That stands for Quiet Cool. And that's the fan, the whole house fan that I have. You should too. It took less than 2 hours to install. There's no wiring in the walls. It's remote controlled. Now, the grate goes in the upper ceiling of your top floor. And then there's a flexible duct that they remote mount the fan in the rafters up in the attic. It's a wonderful system. In fact, my AC works about 90% less, and I'm not exaggerating. So my bills are cut. I've saved enough to pay for it already. Here's what I love about it. It keeps cool, fresh air in your home mornings and evenings. If you use it the right way, you never have to use AC in some cases, but for sure you're going to save money. QCColorado.com. Make sure you look them up. And then in 303consumer.com, that's my magazine. Look them up there and see the diagrams. QCColorado.com. Give them a call for an appointment. 303-800-3419. 303-800-3419. All right. Reverse loans, they can be a retirement tool where you can borrow money against your home and never pay it back. It accrues against the home, and you will never lose your home due to your loan to value, ever. No matter how much it accrues, you can stay there. It's a way of tapping your equity, if you think about it, without ever paying tax on it or any income tax. ApprovalReverse.com. That's ApprovalReverse.com, one of our preferred lenders. And you can reach them at 303-771-3528. Yes?
Hey, I worked hard to get this back going with the Linda and Lori. You might have to have Mark recap.
Okay.
Mark, you recap that whole thing with him because
quickly.
With Lori.
So I don't have to do it on the air. What on this?
J&L Construction.
So
I got both back on.
Okay, yeah, turn it down. So basically, she calls in, Linda calls in, hired John F. Kennedy.
Got it.
Okay, the owner of the company is Lori. John F. Kennedy works for Lori.
Okay.
So construction, she said only 50% got done, and it was so horrible, everything needs to be redone.
Okay. Okay, what did she have done?
Her husband was dying at the time of cancer. Husband ends up dying, but right before death, apparently, loans the couple. Not only is it employee...
Is this the one, did she send pictures a long time ago?
I don't
kind
think
of
so.
Okay.
So listen, husband lent them $25,000 right before he died. And then he died.
Did they memorialize it?
Well, they just did on air with me. They memorialized it.
Oh, okay.
So... but the problem is, here's where it stands now. I've talked to both. Lori says they will fix everything if she lets them in the house, so she'll fix everything. And she is going to repay them.
What was the contract price, do you remember?
The only number,
85,000,
85 grand, but I think 25 of that
was a major remodel.
Yeah, it was some kitchen work, a new patio, a porch.
And the work was for?
Says it was horrible.
And we're getting a couple other from this John Kennedy.
What about the money? Are they going to pay back the money?
They said on air they acknowledged the loan. There was nothing written. It was an oral agreement they're going to stand up to, and they're going to pay it back within 3 years, which means they're not going to pay it back, is what it means, but they said they would.
Right. And apparently,
So then I get 2 other emails saying, hey, this John F. Kennedy ripped me off, ripped this other guy off.
Yeah.
Then Dan just called someone, a restaurant up by where his mountain house is, and the guy ripped the fucking owner of the restaurant off, this John F. Kennedy, for how much?
They originally 28,000, but got 20,000.
He got 20 back, and the guy's on probation for another 4 years for ripping the restaurant guy off.
Wait, he got convicted of a crime?
Well, he's on probation.
And his name is, owner is?
The owner is Lori. Her
is
husband or her boyfriend / employee is John F. Kennedy.
So we got another email and it says that he does this with women.
Yeah.
He saddles them with debt and then he just takes off.
Really?
Yeah.
Kennedy does?
So Lori might be really, in other words, Lori might be getting screwed by him.
Right. Literally.
Well, we know that part.
Literally and figuratively.
In the front door. So where we left it off is I said, I'm going to get Linda back on and see if we can't talk her into letting you guys in there. They said they can get everything done within a week, long as the weather and everything is good. Honestly, after the other emails about him, he sounds like a complete fucking sleazebag.
Yeah, ask her if she knows his Christina.
I'm going to slap a wig on Dan and send him undercover. You'll be Danielle.
That's right.
Hi, John. I wonder if anybody ever...
The bad thing is there's other Kennedy families that are not related up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if... oh, you asked?
Yeah.
You wonder if anybody ever named their kid what is it, Milhouse Nixon? What was Nixon's name?
Yeah, Richard Milhouse Nixon.
Richard Milhouse.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. So Linda called and basically said, I hired a company, J&L Construction, to do a major remodel for $25,000, and the work was, or for how much? Whatever. For a lot of money. How
Like
much
60,
was it?
60 grand.
All right, 60 grand, okay. And it was poor quality, plus my husband, who is now deceased, loaned them money. So what I need
25 grand.
So now what I need to get the work done, and I need to get the money back on this loan. Is that it in short there? Did I miss anything, Linda?
Yeah, the original contract was 140.
Oh, I'm sorry. 140. Did you pay 140?
146,000.
I got it. Did you pay that?
No, we paid 174,000.
Oh, then where did you get the? Oh my God!
She's looking for 86,000 back.
Oh my God! So $176,000 is a lot of money. Whoa! Now
174,000.
Okay, fine. Okay. Listen, here's the deal. All right. If I'm within 2,000 or 3,000, give me a little break here. I'm getting old. Anyway, here's what I want to know. Did you have somebody evaluate the work?
I wouldn't know who would do that.
We're going to do that.
Yeah,
then
we're going to have Marco up.
Then who told you it was a terrible job, or are you just surmising that by looking at it?
Well, the roof that they did, excuse me for interrupting, but the roof that they did leaked and did even more damage to the interior paint.
That's correct.
Okay. So where did you come up with this figure that you want back to correct the problems?
The final payment that we gave them, was $33,500, and we paid it to them before the job was
I'm asking
finished.
you, how did you come up with the amount you want back? That's the only thing I need to know. How'd you come up with that amount?
The final payment of $33,500 and the $25,000 loan.
Well, you're being kind. So you believe the $25,000 loan is a no-brainer. You should just get that back. But you believe the $33,000 refund on the job is enough to fix the deficiencies?
Oh, no.
Then why are you willing to settle? Listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm asking, why are you willing to settle for $33,000?
Because this was done so that my husband could see it all before he died. It was not done. It doesn't.
I'm going to run out of money when I have to pay another contractor to finish the job. And I guess...
Hence my question. How did you come up with $33,000? Simply because it was your final payment?
That, yes.
That's all. I mean, if it takes $100,000 to fix it, you're willing to settle for 33.
Probably not when I'm not so stressed. Tom,
Okay.
you have to realize my husband just died.
Linda, I am so sorry. I don't mean to talk so abruptly to you. Let me slow down. So,
I wish
Linda,
you would.
what I would like to do, Linda, is I would like to have the job evaluated because maybe it's not as bad as you think.
We're
maybe
going to get
it'll-
Mark Szymanski
yeah,
out there.
maybe it'll only take a few dollars to fix it. So, Linda, what I'm proposing is we have Mark Szymanski from Genesis. He's a great guy. Let's have him look at it.
Well,
and
there's
make,
a little
What
wrinkle
about
here.
Lori wanting to fix it on line 6? They want to make it right.
I'm not going. I'm going to go there. I say first we have to have it evaluated. Okay, I'm not suggesting Mark fixes it. I'm suggesting Genesis tells us what's wrong with it. They don't have a dog in the fight, and it would simply be an evaluation. Then we'll know what needs to be fixed. Right?
Agreed, but Lori's saying they'll go in and finish everything.
And that's wonderful that they'll do that. That is wonderful. And that'll be good. Okay, so what we want to do is one thing at a time. And I do want to talk to Lori because she deserves to be heard. So Lori says, we're going to fix it. We'll stand behind our work. Lori?
Oh, my God.
Lori?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. So what do you have to say about this? Obviously, it's your company, J&L. I want you to talk. I'll shut up.
Well, yeah, it is my company, and yes, we did bring this contract into fruition last year in May of 2020, but there were a lot of complications that happened, and I am talking about my second dad here. We're talking about weather. We're talking about COVID. So this is not just a construction issue. This is a personal issue. And there are so many additional things that got done that were never addressed.
Okay. So what basically are you saying then? Therefore, Lori?
Therefore, I cannot believe that Linda actually did this without contacting me personally.
Oh, she never called you before calling us?
No,
You knew nothing about this?
no, I knew nothing about it.
Okay, hold on, Lori. I'm listening to every word you're saying. Hold on. Linda, you never complained to Lori?
No, she did.
Are you talking to me or are you listening to Lori now?
I'm trying to listen to both. Right now, Linda. Linda, did you complain to her and tell her you had a problem?
I had her over here twice and asked her to be honest with me because of the rumors I had heard about Roy's last shot and that he was on probation. I wanted her...
Now, who is Roy, by the way?
He owns a restaurant called The Last Shot that's up like past Black Hawk.
And he had a bad experience with them?
Yeah, bad.
Okay. So I don't want to get too far adrift from this problem, but Linda, you were concerned because you heard about this other job, right? And you asked Lori about it. But did you ever say to Lori, I have problems with my job that I want to get fixed?
Many times. Many times.
So, Lori, let's move on now. So, Lori, let me get right to it. Are you willing to go back and fix any deficiencies? And by the way, I'm not agreeing that there are major deficiencies. I don't know yet. And we will truly take an unbiased look at this.
I have said earlier that there were the exterior things that we could not do because of the weather. And we also had to accommodate Larry. And did you not all remember that Larry was like my second dad.
Yes, I heard you. So you are willing to fix the deficiencies.
Yes, I have already said that. I got kicked off the job. Linda got mad.
All right.
We tried to respect the month
I get it.
that Larry passed
All right.
in the home.
Lori, I think we can actually help you.
No.
I think we can actually help you. I think we can actually help you with communication with Linda. I really do. And I'm listening to you. Just don't think we're not listening. You know, there's no reason for me right now not to take you at your word. You're saying there were so many other circumstances, but what I'd like to ask, is this other guy still involved with you, the one that a lot of people seem to have problems with? John Kennedy.
You know what? I really don't understand why that is anybody's.
Well, we got about 4 emails. The only reason is we're being very serious. We got about 4 emails.
And when you mentioned John Kennedy, people came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And they said that this guy's crooked. Hold on. I do have to take a break. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Listen, you gotta talk to her off the air. Just simmer her down like you can, and just say, like, we really do, Lori. We really want to help, but we got to get these issues out. Tell her that so she hangs on. So, Mark, is your assessment that this Kennedy guy's the bad guy taking advantage of her? Or
I think her and him. She's the one that borrowed the $25,000 from a dying guy in cancer, so she can go fuck herself.
And is he like a second dad? Were they close?
They had a long right.
I have no
She
idea.
did.
I have no idea.
She did.
She sure had an opportunity, though. How
Didn't
about
they
that?
say she was like a daughter?
Yeah.
That,
They're much older than her.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Kennedy's
They
28.
sounded.
Kennedy's 28.
I never. Oh my God.
I don't know how old.
I don't think you hit a dying guy for $25,000. I don't think you do it. So, call that just me. I'm sure you
Let's
think.
talk about Granite Liquidators. Granite Liquidators will sell to you stone at wholesale. That's right. Whether it be granite or quartzite or maybe marble, and you put your name on it, and they hold it there for you until you're ready for it for your project. Shop for the stone first. 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge. But first, go to graniteliquidators.com and find out more. Get your stone first, decorate around it, put your name on it, have them store it for you. graniteliquidators.com. By the way, Renew Home Innovations will do the wet spot in your bathroom. That means they'll take care of that old rickety shower or bath and put in a beautiful new custom shower, or possibly you may want a shower tub combination or just a shower, whatever it is, they can do it. Beautiful bathrooms. Renew Home Innovations with special discounts for seniors and for veterans. 303-904-2000. That's 303-904-2000. I'm a patient of Colorado Pain Care, and that's a true statement. I am going to them for physical therapy. They've also done some immediate treatments to get me over the hump, and I am feeling much better thanks to them. Now, it's not over. They're working with me, but the point is they do work with you, and they help you get your life back. They are concentrated and specializing in tackling your pain. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Family law is not something that is pleasant, no matter how it is. But Harris Family Law tries to make it as pleasant as possible. They work with you. They can even do unbundled services for divorces, separation. And they can help you by maybe taking on one of the issues, and you can do some of the work yourself. They can really help keep the temperature down. And, you know, to keep the anger down. They do what's called collaborative law. Find out more, 303-515-5000. That's 515-5000.
I could go up. I'm going up there this weekend. I could try to find that one house that apparently is not.
Why don't you look at hers?
Come on, you piece of
She's over in
shit.
Everyone.
Well, how far is that?
30 miles. I go talk to Roy, too.
You're good at looking at that shit.
God almighty, you piece of
I
shit.
could find out her address, and I can try to do that.
Yeah. Just get an idea.
I will bet you this is 130-year-old house. I bet it is.
So how did you know it was this bar? Did that come up earlier?
Bar.
We had emails left and right.
Oh.
I don't email.
That sucks.
But they said they were, and both people, this guy.
You see how she got her back up when you started asking about him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's ripped off everybody, man.
But apparently he did this, Christina, I gotta get her last name. But like.
Suzanne got the one guy on whose neighbor got ripped off by him.
Sorry.
Oh, he's on now?
Who?
Oh, isn't it her neighbor?
No.
You can ask her about her other company. What's that?
I have so much to make up for tomorrow on these spots. Fuck. It's incredible.
Dan didn't have me at all. He couldn't have had anything right in this call. It was the most unbelievable fucking thing. He thought there was two women, not just the one.
That's right.
He thought there was a girlfriend and the owner. I kept saying it's the same person. Oh, no, it's not. Why do they have two different names?
You didn't know. It was Maryland.
We could have had this solved. And
oh, yeah, right.
It wasn't for the misinformation.
Now, that was the first time that over 140 came up.
Oh, yeah.
First time. 86 was the biggest number I heard up till then.
And
then her math is really off, too, because it goes...
yeah, but you're not very good at math either.
No, she goes, 86 is what I want back. It's the 33 plus the $25,000 loan. Well, that's not 86.
Yeah.
She's doing fucking Dan math.
So that's a frozen guy.
The only thing worse than that is the town about 30 miles away.
They say that everybody just tries, the locals get out of there during that dead guy, frozen dead guy.
Do they still do that?
Yeah. I don't think they did last time because of
Is he alive?
Part of it is just the head.
Is he crying?
No, actually, they shipped him back to Norway. I think that's where he's from, Norway.
Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards over hearsay. And MSNBC. This is who we are.
Yeah, right.
Freeway collision centers.
I'll ask this guy if he has a picture of this.
At a fair competitive price. Since 1994, neighbors have received great service.
I think.
Your car. For more info, go to
So just like you know, apparently they live in the Netherlands too. That Lori and.
Hi, Tom Martino, and don't forget One Clear Choice Garage Doors for your $80 inspection. People are buying and selling homes so quickly. In addition to a home inspection, I highly recommend this thorough inspection, adjustment, and lubrication of garage doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, and all of their prices for repairs and maintenance and new doors on the website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Lori, listen, I know that you're upset when people are talking about your company and all of this, and then they bring up this guy, John Kennedy. And I understand, and we want to give you every chance to make this right and to get your say. So go ahead. Now, she's complaining that the job has some deficiencies. We're going to send someone out to look at it and to really take an unbiased look. And then she wants to know about the loan money. You mentioned that this guy who passed away, her husband, was like a second father to you, and you're taking this seriously. So go ahead, Lori. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry, I missed the first part. Am I talking to Tom? Who am I talking to?
This is Tom Martino, and I've been in town, yes, to help people 40 years. Go ahead.
Okay, well, no, I want you to understand, first off, that this is a very complicated contractual issue. We are family, or we were. We're not anymore. But I have got to say that as far as our conditions for doing the final things that were in the contract, we could not do in February, March, April, and then we got kicked off the job, and Larry passed. So,
all right, we will help you get a list of what needs to be done if you don't mind, and we will try to help you communicate with Linda to make this right. That's all I can say. Mark, what did you want to say? Anything?
Well, that whole $25,000 deal kind of bothers me. I mean, you know, here's a guy dying on his deathbed, and bam, ask for 25 grand.
No, there's a problem there. We'll explore that.
Man, that's complicated, guys.
Not really.
No, I think
They're fucking thieves.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
This is going to be one of those, we'll have it done. We'll pay him back in 3 years.
We got to get on this Terry Pond, man.
He's a bad dude, man.
God, I got so snowed by him. I just didn't get